go to a chapel, we might get married,
maybe
right?
One day, yeah.
Or if
maybe today.
If you win a contest, maybe you can try and get married.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. So how far away is this chapel, Elvis?
It's just up the road here. We'll be there in 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Hang on.
Hang on. All right, we have no seatbelts on. Please do not drive dangerously.
Or else. We got the key to the city. Don't worry about it.
That will not stop me dying. My lips are really dry, Elvis. How do you combat this riding such a sweet convertible? Liquor. Liquor. Liquor.
Liquor.
Alcohol. How does that combat your lips?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You talk funny, you know that, right?
Yeah.
You talk funny.
Yeah.
You have a weird accent, apparently.
It's fine, I can accept that.
I'm not from around here.
That's true.
Little Whitechapel Tunnel of Love.
The world's first drive-through wedding chapel.
I'm thinking pure love as I stare into your eyes.
Peel off for me?
Of course.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey guys, would like to order one marriage? This is the most famous chapel in the whole of Las Vegas, and a lot of famous people have been married here.
Frank Sinatra, Britney Spears.
Britney Spears was married
Married
here.
for the whole day. Bruce Willis.
Yeah, right here, see Demi.
I love Bruce Willis. He was
Demi
great.
Bruce Willis.
Ozzy Osbourne's wife.
Yeah.
Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah, Osborne.
Yes.
I don't think that's her.
That's Sharon Osbourne there.
Yeah, that's her.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sharon Osbourne. She's British.
Not awkward.
You about to get married? What's going through your head, guys?
What's going through my head right now is no more extra ladies, no one lady.
One lady.
One lady.
Congratulations, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Are you nervous at all?
Well, no. No, I just got to be hella drunk. So what are you guys are doing?
We're about to get married as well. Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you. That's awesome.
The apple in my eye.
Yeah.
My sun and moon.
This is your camera that we go live on the internet since you guys are all about that stuff.
What's going on, guys?
And yeah, it's a little something like you promise to take this hook burning love, treat it like a hound dog, rubber stems and blue suede shoes. Would you please reference signify by saying, There we go. That's all you gotta say for the whole sermon. Alright, you got rings?
I mean, let's make sure this can't actually happen. I don't want to marry this guy. So let's make sure.
Your wife might get mad.
We've been seeing each other for 2 years now. You just said it yourself.
It was just sex.
That's true.
Welcome to the world-famous Little White Wedding Chapel, where all your dreams come true. So I'd like to know, Spencer, will you take this beautiful lady to be your wife?
I will.
Will you take this handsome man?
Not.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm having coffee.
Man, I'm sorry, that's a tough break. I apologize.
Elvis,
You gotta be ashamed of yourself, sir. You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
It's a woman.
So maybe you'll find somebody else, especially if you win that money. You win a prize, you can marry a girl you want. Heck with this guy. He'll be alright.
DreamHack Masters Las Vegas is brought to you by Asus, Republic of Gamers, HyperX, Monster Energy.
Las Vegas, and specifically the MGM Grand Garden Arena, home to some historical and hysterical bouts. And this one is no different. This time in the world Counter-Strike Global Offensive, we have SK Gaming, the Brazilian powerhouse, going up against the CIS beast that is known as Natus Vincere. I'm your host Alex Machine Richardson, hopefully going to help shed some light on exactly what these two teams are capable of, and I have a bunch of very merry men to help me do just that. Duncan Thorin Shields, Jason Moses O'Toole, and of course Yanko Wanke Pavlovich. Now, gentlemen, I do take a little break before yours every time now, you're laughing at me. This is going to be good. Duncan already perfectly summarized as to why this is regarded as, I don't want to use the cliche El Clasico, but it is a classic matchup between two teams that have already managed to forge quite the path through Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Yanko, welcome back to the desk. You feeling refreshed? How'd you break?
It was awesome. It was a shorter one than I would have expected, Alex. But
really though, Astralis had
life.
He had this really bad dream about NIP. They got wrecked, you know, like they were embarrassed. They're almost like naked in school, you know, and then they were. Oh wait, that was
Then I would have wanted. It was bad phrasing, bad choice of words.
Yeah, but it did happen, and of course, if you did just miss it, Astralis NIP was a rather one-sided affair. If you're desperate to see it, though, it will be available
on it over again in my hotel room later.
DreamHack's YouTube channel, youtube.com/.
The implications.
Yeah. Okay. Moving swiftly away.
You want a little bit of the pipeline punch?
I know, Alex. It's actually really good.
It's the new
You've
one.
had your pipeline punched?
I've had my pipeline punched many times. Yeah. Like 3 or 4 this event alone. It's actually
Well, that'll keep you up all night.
Right, well, to let Jason compose himself.
I do, mate.
One introduction outside of the normal teams. Now featuring on SK is one name that many people will find mentioned throughout his games. It is, of course, Fallen. In-game leader and sniping extraordinaire, he features within the Masters of series. So let's take a little look at what Fallen has picked up here.
I think I have a good point on my game that's looking for the first kill, and that's probably because I'm the Alper, and the AWP guy sometimes getting the opportunities where he can find those kills.
10-second defuse, he's got to hit the shot right now.
Facing Fallen in a one-on-one, he's one of those snipers that if you're going to peek him, you expect him to be holding like the most aggressive angle possible.
Fallen plays this game for like 10, 12 years. He knows a lot, and he's still studying the game. He's still trying to learn.
He always do a great timing or smart plays. That's why he's so good.
But I try to do my best and don't overcommit, so I try to play safely and bring the kills that I can get without dying.
An incredibly talented leadership brain within the game, and as well as one with the mechanical skill to back it up. Jason, I'm sure you can attest to this. Fallen, one of those names which does kind of break the mold of in-game leaders being at the bottom of the score.
Blows your mind.
Yeah, it does blow your mind. I forgot about that. Yeah. Between that and the pipeline, we're having a good time this weekend.
Always. Vegas.
Yeah, no, the cool thing with Fallen obviously is that, yeah, as an in-game leader, he is frequently at the top or near that, but the big thing is the impact he has on the AWP. He can do so many different things. We've seen him entry with it at times, we've seen him work with it at times. He's very, very versatile with it, but I think the best thing about him, and he mentioned it, you know, playing safe, but it's just like his movement, his ability to move with the AWP and fire off very quick shots with quick peaks, staying alive and giving himself more opportunities for success down the line. Also buying his teammates time to have their own success to come in and help defend the bomb site. So he's just such a versatile user with that weapon that it's very, very difficult to play against.
And versatility isn't something that's easy to come by, right, Yanko? I mean, there are some people that specialize and are very good at one particular role, but versatility is where you really get to that additional level.
I mean, absolutely. It shows the high level of game sense that Fallen has. I personally am probably the most impressed by him out of all the players. Because like for a while when I was playing, I was the open in-game leader, and it's extremely hard to do both at the same time because you need to be focused on your crosshair, right, more than anything else. But he also has in the back of his head to think about, okay, what's going on in the round, what do I want my team to do, how do we win the round, right? So maintaining that high level of focus both on the AWP and being a great in-game leader is fascinating to me.
It says a lot that, you know, in the past with certain teams, and I think specifically like Team Liquid with the Dren, we always had to have that conversation of is it smart to have your AWPer specifically be an in-game leader? You've had that conversation about many, many teams, but that's never even been, you know, a doubt or a question that you've had about SK or Luminosity when Fallen is at the helm of both in-game leading and the AWP.
And what's intriguing as well is while we're singing high praises of Fallen, you look on the other end of the spectrum and you have Guardian, who is, yes, professional with the AWP, perhaps more so in the past, but he's not even holding the leadership present role as well. He's actually just kind of, we've lost the Guardian that we used to rant and rave about on the desk. I remember, in fact, Duncan, your own words when we hang out on previous desks, if Guardian plays well, so do Navi. It's just, we've lost that entirely.
Yeah, and actually he seems like, of all the players in the team, okay, people can say, oh, it's losing Zeus that's cost Navi, you know, maybe Simple hasn't fit into the lineup, Seized is having these problems. I think you have to put a lot of the blame at Guardian's feet because he has no identity in this team. He's not a superstar AWPer, so he can't carry them, you know, like he used to back in the day.
So weird to hear.
He's not the player even, you wouldn't even have to be a superstar AWPer if they just had the old system even, then he could at least play within that and be an AWPer and get his picks, etc. At the moment, he's just a guy out there, he's playing, he's taking the AWP, every now and then he has a round or two or a half, but at the moment, of all the players in that team, I mean, you'd really struggle to say, like, what is the future of Guardian with this team? Like, what does he do to change at this point in time? I don't think he knows. It just seems like he's playing it out, hoping things get better.
Maybe he just hasn't changed his sense. We've seen the power of that. Anyway, let's go ahead and introduce the teams to you guys at home. It is SK Gaming versus Navi, and this is what they said ahead of this quarterfinal.
It's hard to say. Everyone wants to win, not only us. This is not gonna make us unique. Relationship make us unique. The thing between us make us unique.
I try to do my best and don't overcommit or try to do something too random or try to do something that might cost my life on this round. So I try to play safely.
They didn't realize there were 3 people on the bot side ready and waiting on the other side.
I would say our team got the best player in the world at the moment. I would say Simple, and I consider him as the best player in the world.
In the same place there, Simple just jumping, catching into the side. He's going to fall down again. Why is this shot from Simple? Are you serious? You can't get out.
In poker game,
I have the best poker face. I could play a very good game.
No one gonna win because nobody knows how to play this.
I think we have a strategy to go in the roulette with Taco. We're gonna put 300 there. If I win, I'm gonna split with Taco 150 each one, and then we profit and then get out with only one bet. But if I lose, Taco's gonna put all his money so he can try to get my money.
3 kills makes it 4 fallen. Oh, fallen above and beyond.
I'm sure that we are ready to win, and I'm pretty confident that we can win this tournament.
We're playing very good this tournament. We can win this. We have potential, and we can do this.
We're gonna destroy every team and drink our last face.
We will win because we have more hungry for play this tournament.
Of course, we will drink our masters. At least we will try. We are the best team in the world.
A recurring theme throughout these features is that every team believes they are unique because they're like a family. They are a unit, they have relationships, and yet that is something we've heard from almost all of them. Virtus Pro, Astralis, North, everyone is bringing this as an element that they believe makes them unique.
Navi is a great example. It's that family where, you know, the dad has left some time ago and is never coming back.
It's got dark quick.
The little brother hates the older brother.
I see what's happening here, but it isn't necessarily all that simple, and he's also a name that we have to address. This young man in front of us, Edward. Whenever we're talking about Navi, he does seem to be the non-factor that isn't addressed. I mean, we always find ourselves talking, we've done Guardian, we talk about Simple, we talk about the loss of Zeus. Where does Edward fit into this puzzle?
Which is rather unfair because Edward is, I think, at last 2 or maybe even the whole 3 majors, Navi's highest rated player. I mean, he's played very well at those big tournaments, and he's someone who's very, very experienced. In 1.6, he's been one of the star players known for his precision aim, so I think he's been like at times a quiet star of Navi because you always look at Guardian, you know, now Simple, the flashy players, Flamey as well, but Edward has been doing a lot of work for the team.
He's on that team for a reason.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think just to build on what Yanko said, I mean that's the key to it. Is you look at the other players they've had around them, they have the flashiest players that we've ever seen play. Guardian with the AWP, now Simple. I mean, it is sometimes just, you know, Edward gets lost in the mix, but I mean everyone's gonna remember. Think of the highlight from what was it, IAM San Jose when he wins the 1-on-4 against Team Liquid. That really began their decline of their consistency of choking matches. But Edward, like, he had a good streak last year where he was one of the best players around, and just another player who's good in all facets of the game.
Now we move to their opponents just to quickly kind of understand what SK have got, and you know, it was bared as a bit of a reminder reminder when you see Phelps sitting in that armchair. You know, it's a big statement that this guy is here to play. This is his first opportunity to really see what we make of him. You've already suggested quite positive things surrounding Phelps, that it's an intriguing move, and Forden hasn't made a mistake with the move so far.
No, here's the thing. The addition is good. I think he's a good player. I certainly think he can be one of the best players. The question just is, like, how do you figure out the riddle of where you're going to put a player who's going to give something up over here? I mean, we've already seen, like, North themselves are struggling with a very similar move. I mean, the team on the other side of the server, Navi, haven't figured that out. Still no solutions coming to mind. So at the moment, obviously it's working for SK. I mean, they won their group. It's all looking pretty good as it is. But the expectation level of this team is to go back to number one. It's not to be a really good team. It's not to make the semis of tournaments. It's not for him to look really good. It's to be the best team in the world. So it really is like an all-in mission in that sense. And so they're going to have to, in my opinion, fit him into this team in a really effective manner. I don't think you can make him just another player. He can't be like what Body was in G2, where it's just, your job is be the fifth person and don't die a lot. Yeah. It's like in this team, I feel like they have to find a way to make him really, really good, and everyone else has to shift a little bit over to allow, you know, maybe this is going to be the Phelps and Colts era show. Maybe that's the way it has to be, and maybe that's what will spur the next era of SK.
It was really intriguing to see where this one goes, and I think we have to start this discussion now because it is important and imperative that we do get it covered in depth. Janko, I want to start moving towards maps. SK Navi, we've seen that, I mean, you know, a recent roster change from SK, is that going to do too much damage to their map pool?
Maybe to an extent. I mean, obviously they still need more time with Phelps to iron out all the maps. It's going to be interesting. The vetoes are actually going to be interesting, the first ones, because neither of these teams plays cash. So is anyone actually going to ban it, or are they both going to try and ban something else that they think their opponents might pick, right, and let cash slide through to the second phase? So that's going to be interesting to me. Also, what does SK think of their nuke at this point as well? If that goes through, is Navi like going to pick that? I don't think they're that good on the map to first pick it. So a lot of question marks for me, and it goes.
That's also just not the Navi mentality as well. Like, Navi's not the team where if you left nuke they would pick it. They would probably still pick a map that is a shared map. They'd go, okay, let's go to a Mirage, or let's go to Train, you know, something. So they've gone with Mirage here as it is. I think it's actually the right pick. Like, if you look at the last era when Fox was in the lineup, and then even the end of the FNX era, Mirage was a map that really kind of dropped off a cliff for the SK guys. Like, they could still stay in a game, but they didn't win a lot of them. So the SK pick of Train, great pick. You still think of it as a classic map for them, but obviously Navi have always been able to play Train. It's certainly a map that they wanted to get back in the map pool. It looks like it's fairly obvious for me, actually, that we're going to go to, I think it will actually be over Cobblestone, maybe? Let's see, because even though Navi's played it recently, they've gone with a ban on it. So, actually, the interesting thing on this one is, when we were at A-League, when these two teams played a best of 3, obviously that was back when they had FNX, they had an overpass game. It was overpass and Dust 2 obviously gone from the map pool, and the overpass game was actually quite convincing in terms of the guys from SK Gaming. Like, they cleaned that one up pretty easily. So, I think it shows confidence from Navi that actually, you know, this is something that, I think they're going to be willing to play this. I think it's something that the only map I really feel like they have to worry about is Train to some degree, because they've never been like the old Navi. They've had that amazing T sign. But then again, we're not quite sure what this Phelps line is going to be like when you put them against it.
What do you make of it?
I think this is like the no curveball mad veto, right? It's all standard stuff. Both things going with what's pretty straightforward for them, and I think it's going to be a great pull for the series, right? There's no, as Duncan pointed out, no clear favorite by a large margin on any of the maps. So in theory, we might get 2 or 3 close maps.
I mean, in the previous draft, there was mention of SK's Mirage falling off. I mean, let's not forget that was where they forged their kind of, they instigated their dynasty. I'm about to say dignity. I don't know quite how that would work. Diggity. Yeah, thanks. Shout out to Chad. No Cache, of course. Now, Jason, what do you make of SK's Mirage at this point in time? Because it was a phenomenal map. It's where they kind of threw themselves into the international scene.
Yeah, they did seem to lose the plot on it there for a while. And it was kind of a map that they weren't really. You didn't think they could challenge like the very best teams. I think we already against it on Navi. I don't think Navi's Mirage was that spectacular when we've seen it at this event. I think the big worry, no matter what map it is, because I actually think that this is, you know, I know Yanko just said he doesn't think there's a clear favorite. I think SK is a pretty heavy favorite in this series when you look at the CT sides we've seen out of Navi. I thought they were very, very weak, very individual. I think Fallen's going to be able to pick that apart. So the maps themselves don't really bother me. I think this is just going to be a clinic for the SK guys.
Okay, well, Jason, you kind of hinted at it already. We may as well just start a lengthy prediction process. Let's not rush it this time. You You can elaborate upon your answer if you choose to, but it does sound like you're already feeling SK vibes.
Yeah, I'm going to take SK 2-0 in this, and I think as well because Train, yeah, Navi's been good on in the past, but again, it's these CT sides, and then it's also SK even at the major with another stand-in looked good. So they have 4 players in this system, and they need to incorporate Phelps, but they don't need to do it all in one day, right? They can still utilize his skills even if it's not to the full effect, and I don't think Navi's going to be able to handle it without some kind of monstrous individual effort, which they certainly can get out of someone like Simple and Flamey, but they absolutely need it in this series. I think.
Okay. Now, Janko, how about you? I'll let you dive into this one. SK Navi, you're giving us a bit more positivity towards Navi than Jason did.
I mean, I just said that I don't think there's a clear favorite on any particular map in a sense of, you know what, a team plays the map a lot and the other team doesn't really play it that much. I think when it comes to the matchup in itself, I favor SK because Navi really seems to be dysfunctional at this point. They seem to have a lot of issues within the team, and barring some great individual performances and that, giving them some momentum and rallying the troops in that sense, I think also that SK is going to run away with this one 2-0.
2 for SK, of course, putting them against North. That would be a great final, semi-final tomorrow. Duncan, we have yet to hear your opinions. Everything's going SK here.
I do favour SK. Like, for example, on all 3 of the maps, to differing degrees, I favour SK to win. Like, I think Train, they've got a pretty solid lead on that one. Yeah. Overpass, I give them a slight edge. And the Mirage one, I think that's a real toss-up, but as a result, I mean, I have to kind of favour SK to some degree. So I actually think that SK is going to win 2-1. And the key for me is, the one thing I don't like about the current era of Navi is when they kind of keep Simple under wraps, like they just make him a team player, and at the moment, the other stars aren't turning up. So when I remember Simple in New York, and he was the MVP of the tournament, and they won the competition, obviously they only played SK one map in the group stage, and they didn't play them in the finals. Part of the reason why they were able to win that tournament was he actually just had like some of the best stats, some of the most monster carry performances we've ever seen. So if he could like outdo a Cold Zero, even for a map, then they've got a chance. Then they can get him out. But I still think it will be SK taking the series. So I'm going to say 2-1 SK.
Okay, expecting full 3 maps, which is at least something for everyone at home. 3 of you all going for SK. We have got a computer going down on the stage, which means we have got more time than we expected just to talk through this one. It will be brief, I do promise. Oh, I'm going to do my prediction via a coin toss because we are in Vegas we are in Vegas. I don't know what else I was going to say. So I'm going to say Tails, SK.
What's Tails?
Tails is the one with the lion on it.
Okay.
And Heads, Navi.
Yeah, but you just looked at it so you could see you wanted to flip it.
Okay, fine, I'm going again.
Cheating, of course, in Vegas.
Heads. Okay, going for Navi.
Good luck.
Thank you.
God bless.
Yep.
There's
no money on that.
Interesting fact for you, Alex. You know why you should like toss a coin when you want to make a decision that's like 50-50?
I do.
Why?
Because while the coin is in the air, you know what you're hoping for.
Exactly.
Oh, hashtag deep. Hashtag too deep for me. Fantastic.
So wait a minute. Wait. Here's the part that doesn't make sense about that. So the reason you flip the coin is that while it's in the air, you know what you want. Therefore, you just do what you want, and you don't do what the coin lands on.
Yeah, because if you're sitting there...
You could just stop being a frail little biatch and just figure out what you want in life and not flip a coin. That's what I do.
I agree.
Okay, so
what you do is sit around all day. No, now I know. What do you want, chicken or beef?
Okay, here you go. Look, so do I want Monster Energy or HyperX Memory?
You want your pipeline fund. I didn't even need to see the coin result to know that, mate.
You know what? That was
Give him the drink.
The drink. Just so there's no confusion when we're talking about the drink.
It's a lovely drink from Monster Energy.
This happened continually.
It's a lot of fun wherever it's around.
It is good fun. It's actually pretty good as well.
I like delicious.
Yeah. Don't ruin it for me.
I didn't like it at first, but...
You kind of eased your way into it.
You're all disgraceful human beings. We love video games, and I hope you do too.
Let's talk about CS, Alex. Ask me a question.
I would love to. So here's the question for you. You know how in about 3 or if not 4 interviews now, we've heard from multiple members of Navi that, someone starts raging and we all start raging. And then following that, after I would presume most people go, it's that simple, that raging child we used to talk about. But he's moved on from that. Guardian yesterday tweeted out it was not Guardian it was not Simple he was talking about. And therefore the question is...
Why has this become like a mystery? I've often said that Simple is raging in our teams. I'll give you one hint. It wasn't Simple last night.
That's interesting.
Why don't you tell us who it is?
It'd be nice.
But it's a game of Cluedo. Sure. He's narrowing it down,
But I do think it's interesting, that we're breaking that stereotype of Simple now. It's to the point now someone else's Navi is causing friction.
I would imagine it's seized, to be honest with you.
Why is that?
Well, one, because I think Edward and Flamey, they just have very quiet personalities.
Okay, sure.
2, as a brand new in-game leader, I imagine that is the most highly stressed situation you have of having to deal with Simple, who wants to make his plays, having to deal with Guardian who's not impactful, and you're also a new in-game leader trying to figure out how to be a good individual player and micromanage a team all at once. I believe that is a very highly stressful situation.
I don't think we should like speculate who it is because we don't know. And also him saying it's not simple may also be him just wanting to deflect like some of the flag that he's been getting. But regardless, it is a huge issue within the team. Why? Because if you have like, that's where you need to have a leader, someone who has authority to basically say, hey, let's cut the crap, let's try and focus on the real issues here. Let's see what's wrong within our game, whose responsibility is it, who's making the mistakes, and let's try and see if we can fix them together, right? This way, you get into a really bad state of mind as a team, right? You're kind of waiting for your teammate to make a mistake just so you can like harp on him. It's very unhealthy. Even though like you heard it in the Guardian interview, they were 12-8 up in the game when they just, you know, crumbled because they lost a silly round. They weren't even like losing or anything. They were still in a very, very strong position. So that's obviously something that's an incredible issue. And at this level of play, you can't allow that to happen within the team because you're definitely going to have crushing losses against opposition.
They're going to have to keep cool heads. There's no doubt about it. If Navi want to go ahead and break the desk's predictions, there is still a possibility. And for this classic matchup, we prepare for a classic casting duo. Anders and Samler are standing by. Boys, you feeling good about this one?
Yeah, feeling very well about it. I think it's going to be an exciting game. It should be a really good game. I'm more worried about the desk right now. What's happening on that desk at the moment? It's just out of control, isn't it?
Do you need a pipeline punch delivery?
Yeah. You're not interested? It's very fruity.
Takes your breath away.
Oh, I'm sure.
You had to say that.
You just need to watch the cable, Anders. It's in the shot.
I've got it under control. Thanks, Janko. Appreciate that.
I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to see the same kind of level out of SK, who had a very easy time in the groups, not really challenged at all in the groups. They just kind of skated right through. We didn't really see too much from them. They've had a day off now as well. Teams have struggled with that in the past, where they kind of struggled to hit that level again when they've had a day off, whereas Navi obviously had to play. So I'm kind of curious. Do you guys really think it's going to be that one-sided?
I mean, Navi did go through baptism of fire losing to Mouseport, so you can't get any lower than that, can you?
Losing to Nico.
Losing to 37.
Well, actually, in that game, it was Oscar who went ham, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're
so,
right.
I mean, that's actually the frustrating thing about Mousesports now is that, okay, now you've got Oscar, you've got Nico, you've got two huge like sources of firepower, kind of similar to like Shox and Scream on G2, right? When they were just dominant because those guys were going ham. You could have almost had that similar situation here, except that now, obviously, Nico is, you know, phase up.
Well, RSK going to pick this up as our desk predicts, or is it all a mirage? I'll leave it to Anders and Semler.
Thank you very much, Alex. That's smooth for once. Very well done. I'm certainly ready for this one. I think it's going to be a really fun game. All of these 10 players play really interesting Counter-Strike, a really fun Counter-Strike, and I have to agree with the desk. I have to side with them. I do think there is a better chance for SK to win this game.
Yes.
Navi have looked a bit strange, and I think there's even been some sort of public, outbursts where they've been like, oh, maybe they would make some mistakes. So there was like, it just didn't seem like they're a fully functioning team right now. But any team that features Guardian, Edward, Simple, Flamey, I mean, you've seized, I think, is maybe the slightly weaker fragger in that sense, but even just the 4 other players combined, you should be able to inflict just a lot of damage.
It's all right, Starks. We don't have any lip readers yet in esports. You don't have to worry about, covering your mouth when you talk like in football.
Maybe one day we will get to that spot. Mirage as the first game, then Train, obviously the second, and Overpass. If it gets to that would be interesting. I would kind of like to see a third map in this series.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Navi, it's a strong first pick, I think, for Navi at least. They've kind of given themselves a good shot to take a fight to SK because they've played Mirage a couple times already in this tournament, and they've looked very good on it so far. So, I mean, you've got that going for you if you're Navi, but then it is SK. Cold is in his usual, just terrific shape. He's a monster right now. And then you also have, like, the likes of Phelps, who is kind of falling into the system, it seems. Seems like Fallen has found the way to implement them properly.
We're about to find out. Mirage coming up first here. It's the last quarterfinals of DreamHack Masters Las Vegas. SK versus Navi. And first, starting on the CT side, SK ready and waiting. Navi, they're going to be playing on the T side. 2 smokes that they already picked up. And SK have the defuse kit, so they're ready in case that bomb ever goes down. And it's all looking very standard at the moment, except maybe for Fur, who is, as we've come to expect, playing very aggressive.
This is his style. He needs to have the freedom to do this, go for the aggressive pushes when he feels it. And so he's pushed all the way up to top mid. He even confirms top mid is clear right now, so that's some information for SK to work with. They can expect Navi to be on the extremities of the map. He's even checking underpass right now. First, getting so much information for SK Gaming. The only issue here is that they haven't figured out, is it going to be A or B? Like, where is the majority of Navi settled right now? And so long as Fur can keep dancing around here in mid, SK shouldn't be rotating off of either site.
Taco's making the jump in towards hallways to see if anyone is going to be coming in anytime soon. Ticking somewhere past the minute mark, and the bomb is still in T-spawn, so I think this position for Fur is still very powerful, and he's actually going to make his way back around the boxes there before they come out of underpass. So now, can they see him? Not just yet. He's got his back turned. Oh, the timing is practically unreal. Fur, he doesn't see them going into connector. What kind of weird game is this? SK defending on the A-bomb site, but now Navi have really made it close in. Phelps is about to be in a lot of trouble. He's trying to fight his way out, but he can't do it. 2-for-1, now a 3-for-1 trade. Edward picking up the headshots here in the pistol round. Fur and Fallen are left, and the bomb is about to go down. SK struggling right away. Flamey hitting the headshots, and a third one comes in from the pistol god himself. It's Edward picking up 3 kills in the pistol round, and just the fact that Fur didn't see them and they didn't see him makes that whole round so weird.
Yeah, you're just really hoping that Fur's going to be able to react quickly enough to back his teammates up once the push is confirmed for A. But it seems like he was just kind of stuck. He was pinned at top mid. He was never really able to get in there and help his teammates out. And so Navi, flawless pistol round, everything falling into place perfectly for them to start. And Fur, he's got that window control. He does have help from coldzera as well. 2 Deagles in mid looking for headshots right now. And well, you definitely know that they're capable. Cold looked so close for a second.
And here you see just the aggressive style of Brazilian Counter-Strike that we've also come to expect. A lot of other teams now, when they lose that pistol round on the CT side, don't really buy the armor because they want to get all the grenades. They want to get everything once they're in the 4th round. But SK thinking, yeah, the Deagles, we're on Mirage, we've got the range. Of course we can make this work.
Yeah, and it's Taco who's actually taking a bit of a hit here, not investing in the Kevlar, which is interesting. I mean, Fallen, he said so in the past that he's not super confident with his AWP on Mirage, but I doubt that it's going to be Taco. Although Taco has used it in situations, B sites, on Dust 2, these sorts of things where he can actually have that op in play.
He's alone on the bomb site, so pistol or not, he's going to go down almost no matter what. Simple with the 1 frag, Edward helping out Guardian, getting 1 on Fallen. So pretty easy round here for the Navi team, which I think is good news. Again, they are the slight underdog in this game, so to come up with a strong start like this on Mirage, and C's actually climbing through and still getting the headshot on Phelps. A bit bizarre.
Yeah, going through the murder hole, man, that takes some bravery, but no problem for him. And Navi showing already, like, the pattern, right, that we're starting to see develop here is actually going to be a little bit more difficult for SK to read, for Fallen to get a grip of, just because some teams that when they win the pistol, they'll just keep hitting that site until they know that SK have the money to buy. Here, Navi, they're gone A, they've gone B already right out the gates. You know, they're hitting both sites, they're showing presence in mid, they're trying to just show as much as possible to SK to not make it very clear for SK to get that read. What is this? Yeah. They're gonna line up.
There are couches and pillows and everything up here, so I understand why they all want to group up in the apartments, but they didn't count on Flamey being there with the MP7, taking down 3 people, a lot of money in his pockets.
1,800.
And now it's just going to be a lot more difficult to relax and chill up there. All your teammates are there right in front.
Yeah, that's sick. You need any money for an op? No problem. Flamey's got you covered in the next round. And so Guardian, Simple, we'll see who's actually going to go for it. I mean, Guardian is the primary opper for Navi, so you should expect to see him toting the sniper rifle.
Yeah, I think he's actually been looking steadily better and better. Like, we're still not seeing the completely out of control level that we know he has somewhere inside him, but he's definitely slowly improving and getting back on track. So
yesterday, he stood out, definitely. As far as the stats are concerned, he topped it for Navi, for the team. So, I mean, that's good, because for a long time, it's been a case of Guardian just struggling to adjust to the fact that Simple is in the team now.
Guardian coming in close there, getting a UMP kill of his own definitely will help him out. And Fur looking to maybe save the MP7 if he can. He's got 7 health left, so eventually they should be able to find him. Seized right around the corner, and that's going to be the kill. So 3-0 in favor of Navi. SK enter the 4th round, having only picked up 2 kills combined. That's obviously going to change. But because they went for the armor in the 2nd round, they're just going to have a lot less to work with here. And that in itself could be a good indication that they might actually try and push aggressive again. Because it's so hard to play defensively and wait and run down the clock when you don't have all the Molotovs and all the grenades that you want.
Yeah, this what we're seeing now from Fallen. He has the option to go glass cannon AWP, and he doesn't. Which is interesting. He goes for the M4. And so no AWP for SK to start things off here on Mirage, despite the fact that they had 2 guys who had the money for it. Taco just making sure he has as much utility as possible. There's the big spray. Transfers. Great work from Taco. Double spray for him, and Fer picks up a kill on Guardian as well. Navi trying to get aggressive over here on the B site early on, and they get slapped.
And you have to wonder why. They had already got grenaded through the smoke, so they knew someone was behind that smoke, and they still come running through. Definitely not the best way to get started into the 4th round here. Simple will pick up a kill on Cold Zero and gets a headshot on Fer as well. That's not bad. He's looking top mid, but he's going to get close line by Fallen, who was waiting in connector. So either way, he was going to go down to one of those two players. At least Simple managed to do some damage here. And now his economy is obviously great, so they're just going to buy right away. But SK back in the game early on here.
Edward? Hold on, where did Edward spawn? Edward's got a, okay, he's got a top mid spawn. That's why he's got the op. All right, I was about to say, like, why does Edward have the AWP? But this is one of the reasons why. If you can have that the perfect spawn, so you get out here quick enough to hit the shot, you hold on to the op, but he misses the opportunity, unfortunately for him, Edward. It doesn't pan out. So there was a chance there for Navi to start very strong in this key round, and instead, it's going to be a 5-on-5 situation here.
Spotted out. Gonna try and put the grenade up. Lands. Does no damage at all to Fer. Well, 4 damage, I guess. I'll count that as nearly nothing. Fallen alone on the A-bomb site with Phelps slightly behind him. And Navi, they've got not that many smoke grenades. Actually, just 1 left here. That's a problem.
Yeah, do you go A and smoke CT? Do you just hope that you can go cascading onto B? What is this? The timing. They do push in, and they're clearing out the angles. Simple and C's picking up 2 kills, but Fer is there from underpass. They were not expecting him. And there's a chance now here for SK Gaming, especially if Fer wins this duel. Unbelievable. Fer getting the job done. Quad kill for Fer in the round. He just single-handedly saves it for his team.
And I'll be playing Counter-Strike or they're playing Lemmings at this point. They were just all jumping down one at a time. Why? Flamey gonna go for the bomb plant here, and he's got a real chance to win this 1v2. They're quite far away. They do have a kit picked up, but it's on Fer, and he's just 1 bullet away from death. So how can they make this work? I'm kind of glad that Flamey's taking the initiative here and going and looking for them, because if he just waits on the site, he will obviously get sandwiched in. Look at the time that's being spent right now. SK, this could be very bad.
Oh, this is tough for Taco. He's playing into Flamey's hands. Flamey's cleared CT, so he's going to be working. Going to be looking for that jungle push, perhaps. Taco is going to be making his way out onto the site now from stairs, and Fer just now getting on balcony, but he's a dead man. Luckily, though, the kit drops right on top of the bomb. Taco's able to pick it up very quickly, but it's not going to help him in the end. Flamey is there to clutch it for his team. They recover, despite Fer getting a quad kill, keeping his team in the fight. It's not going to matter. Navi reset SK's economy.
That was very odd. I feel like they should have been, especially Taco, could have been more proactive in at least trying to discover where Flamey was, because they had no idea coming into that. This is great, great work for Flamey. A chance that they would have been reset, but instead they reset SK, and this is a strong start here. T-side for Navi, and they are looking like a much better team than they were in the group stage.
Yeah, this is terrific, Anders. Like, right now, Mirage, clearly something is working for Navi. Like, they seem to have figured it out. I mean, obviously, that last round, there were some questionable decisions made by Navi, which definitely made it a bit closer than it needed to be, but 4-1 lead, you should be getting up to 5-1. You should be stabilizing your economy once again, because this might as well be a hard eco coming in here from SK Gaming.
Fallen is trying to take matters into his own hands and pushing the A ramp. And also in the middle, you see Phelps right at the edge. Cold Zero. This is one-shot headshot range with the P250, but it does kind of require that you hit the headshot. Taco goes down, and that leaves Fer and Fallen. So no problem here for Navi. They're not even making some of these rounds that close SK. Navi's economy is going to grow pretty quickly again. Even though they were just about to eco, they're going to be right back on track.
Mm-hmm. The only thing here for Fallen to do is hope that he catches exactly Simple, overextending MB apartments, and maybe he can save an AK. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Look at the shot. Not going to happen. Good patience from Simple.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't just full auto try and spray that. He was just tapping away, getting a little bit of the burst in there.
7th round coming up. I hate to do this, but I've got to remind everyone that Cold Zero hasn't got a kill yet. He's actually about to be Agent Cold Zero, which is never what you want.
That's brutal. He's got to seize that now, though. And they're going for more aggression here on the A side once again. SK Gaming. So back-to-back rounds of eco. Never fun when you're on the CT side of Mirage. Phelps going to get picked by Guardian, but Cold, he's got a chance here in Shadow, especially if Fallen baits for him.
there's going to be the Molotov to force them out. They can't even cancel it. They don't have any kind of smoke to cancel it, so they're just going to go down. Flamey, Edward, both of them dropped. SK invested a bit into some tools. That's a nice headshot for Simple. Practically not even stopping. And Fur, if C's turned the corner, now that'll probably be the end of him. Max 7. Once he gets the first kill, he's pretty much going to have to run, otherwise the rest of Navi are going to come look for him. This is going to be 6-1. Navi really showing up for this game. I don't think anyone was expecting them to be this quick out the gates.
No. Too bad, C's. Wait, nope. Oh, the drive-by! Nice shot. All right, bonus 900 there for Fur. That's a feel-good moment. Kind of sucks for C's because he definitely had the drop on him. But more importantly, the money is fantastic for Navi. 10,000 after a full buy for Flamey. And the rest of them, the lowest guy's got 3,500 right now on Navi, and that's C's. The rest of them are very comfortable. And so they have a huge margin for error now, Navi. Whereas SK, obviously, after 2 rounds of eco, they're going to spend everything they've got. One change here, however, is that Fallen has the AWP.
That is absolutely exciting. Can't even count the number of times when SK have been down and they've looked bad, and it's Fallen that have carried them back in the game with that AWP. He spots out up in the apartments, but Flamey comes in with 2 big kills on the A-bomb site. Now Fallen, how much can he handle? He's actually trapped here in Connector, and he goes down, walks right into Edward. Instantaneous headshot. Taco, and then Cold Sierra here. 2 versus 5. Taco missing the spray. He's going to get dropped, and there's nothing Cold can do any longer. Just has to try and save the FAMAS. Pitiful as that sounds. Navi, my God, where is this strength coming from?
This Nip are just like, they're watching what Flamey just did, and they're like, why didn't that work for us? Why couldn't we have them up close, out of position, when a guy walks through the smoke and then just guns both down for free? That's sick for Flamey. It works perfectly for him. Cold Zera finally on the board, going to be able to pick up a kill. Seized is gone, but that's not the end of the world because Guardian is there to make sure that Cold can't hold on to that FAMAS. 7-1, Navi with a very powerful performance here on the T side of Mirage so far. This is looking fantastic. Whereas now, well, SK, another round of eco for them. Just never able to get that economy rolling. This is one of the risks that you can run into. Yeah, that is excellent timing from Flamey. But I mean, this is so difficult to come back for SK. If you don't have the grenades on CT side, Mirage in particular, you really want those incendiaries, those smokes. If you can't afford them, it's so difficult to stop Navi from just plowing all over you like this. Trade in apartments.
I mean, that's something, but it's not nearly enough here. They need to win one of these eco rounds where it just put Navi on pause a bit to get some of the momentum back on their side. Getting some kills now, I don't think is really the name of the game. That's 12,000, nearly 13,000 on Flamey, nearly 11,000 on Edwards, so they have so much money to work with. Losing an AK or 2 here is not going to make the big difference. Guardian with a good refrag there on the catwalk angle. Fallen in the B-bomb site, ready and waiting.
P250 in hand. And Seized is low. Seized has only got the 22, but now the element of surprise is gone. Seized with the pre-fire, guns falling down. 8 rounds for Navi, a single round picked up for SK Gaming, a team that has made their mark with their CT performance, and they're just getting completely broken apart right now. This is one way to change it up, however. Cold Zera and Fallen now, they're going for the double AWP setup here on SK's side.
10 rounds in, and it's just been all Navi. Double AWP could make the big difference. Cold Zera with one as well, that's obviously exciting. Fallen, he's ready, but on the other side, Flamey not going to give him the chance to get the shot in. And now mid-control being taken slowly but steadily for Navi. Fur wants to challenge it, and he's not going to return the fire just yet. If he can get the look over here, Seized might be gone immediately, and that would finally be an opportunity. Seized not seeing anything here. Taco goes down to Guardian, though, and that's not a good sign.
That's a big kill. I don't think that Taco was even going for the jump either. That's Guardian getting aggressive with the op. Nice flash timing, though, and Phelps is going to be able to trade it back. Takes down Seized in mid. Edward's still at top mid, though, but that bomb is rotating over towards A site now for Navi. We're getting to that minute mark where they're going to start wanting to set up for the push. And Navi, they have all the nades. The smokes are ready, the Molotovs as well. It's going to get very tricky here for SK Gaming.
Fallen in CT spawn. He's another one of these players that usually challenges the smoke that tries to block him off. He's very good at just going aggressive behind it. And it's his time to shine here. 4 on 4. Fur picking up the kill on Edwards, slowing down Navi just a bit more. They definitely know this is going to be an A hit. They should be aware the smokes are in and there's no one who's heard anything on the B side. And there it is. He challenges takes down Flamey. Simple and Guardian left, 2-on-4, and you can see Guardian paranoid that there's going to be a secondary peak coming in from Fallen, but now they're running out of time, and SK have no incentive at all to go and look for them.
Once again, you get a clear example of why teams have gone away from just focusing on CT with that smoke. Fallen taking advantage of it. Guardian, though, he's still got some fight in him. Oh, he unscopes just as Phelps peaks. There's a real chance there for Guardian to be the hero. He had the time to make it happen. But that's a second round on the board now for SK Gaming. They keep both ops alive as well, which is huge, because they wouldn't have had the money to rebuy them, but they have all the nades necessary now, SK. And yeah, that was Taco getting on top of Van. So Guardian with the, I mean, a solid round here from Guardian. But it won't be enough. 8-2. And now the clever plays. There's the short smoke, and this is just a bait. They're gonna walk out together, or try to. A little off on the timing there.
Slightly fumbled. But the idea is definitely there, and you can tell, even from this angle, how that would be difficult to see if you're coming in from the window side there. SK is still sticking around middle. You see Fur has got the angle over the smoke, so Guardian is going to be very careful that he doesn't walk too far into middle or catwalk. Could easily be spotted by Fur. And maybe he could get flashed in again. They have 3 people holding close to the middle here. Window, catwalk, and connector.
So sick, Guardian. It's all in the details. Flashing for himself to force the angle on short so that he can have it with the AWP. I love it. Making good use of that utility, but Fur still lurking, and Simple not gonna check. Dies immediately, and Fur, how does he get another 2 kills? He should get traded immediately. But he's the hero right now for SK Gaming. He's given them a chance in this round.
There were 3 people waiting once he got the kill on Simple for him to drop down. He did, and still he took someone with him. As he's walking in, looking for that corner. He actually jumped. That's very dangerous. Phelps is up there. He's going to try and see if he can grenade himself out. In fact, he just flashes himself now. The Molotov is in. Phelps still picks up the kill. And finally, Flamey with the Molotov going to be able to take him down. But Phelps should have been traded without getting anyone back there. Flamey and Guardian making their way into catwalk. They're going to go for the boost. It's a strong position for Guardian to be in. But did the gun barrel show? It did. And Cold Sierra taking down Guardian and Flamey next. A tiny mistake. Oh, if we can get the replay there without the X-ray, I'm curious. It must have been a couple of pixels just showing at the edge there.
Spot that movement. And SK survive another round. Oh. Didn't see anything. Just intuition from Cold.
That's going to be an HLTV thread right there. I look forward to it.
Hi, Reddit.
Bring it on. 12 rounds in, but no, I mean, it is not that uncommon at Boost. Obviously, Cold would, you know, it's very common that you would try and do that.
Still, I like this. SK Gaming, they're finding themselves now. 3 rounds on the board for them. Navi still with 8 and still with plenty of money. And so it's a full buy round here for Navi. The AWP once again in Guardian's hands. And aggression on a different part of the map from SK. This is what we need to see. First started out the half with pressure in mid. Now it was into pit to see if Navi were going to go for some kind of smoke execute early on in the round. That's not the case. But Phelps, is there a setup? Is there a flash setup for him to take that peek in the angle there? That was a little close. It's actually, they're just going to commit.
I don't think Navi have heard this. They are being a bit careful. There's one flashbang coming in. Phelps still holding close, and Edward casually walking around, but then they get just way too giddy. Now they have to fight Fur. He's going to pick up one, tries to flash his way back into the fight. Is it really worth it? If he goes down, the A-bomb side is lost. Luckily for them, Fallen got the kill on Seized. Otherwise, this would have maybe already been a lost round. But 3-on-3 with 45 seconds left, and they're actually keeping Cold over at B. They're not quite sure that the bomb is really going to commit to this push. Grenade will do a tiny bit, but right now just trying to buy time as Simple makes his way closer to that CT spawn. And look at the angle. Taco had no idea.
Tough break for Taco, but Fallen is still alive. They have a smoke to block him off, but they're going to use a Molotov instead. Fallen is roasting, and he's just, how does he make it out alive? 3 HP left on him. And the rotation, finally, Cold is going to head over here to help out, but it's too little too late, and they're going to have to back off to save these AWPs here, SK Gaming. They don't have money in the bank to rebuy anything. They need to hold on to this.
That was quite the commitment to get the kill on the bomb carrier that was going to make the crossing. If he had done it, it's not like Navi would have been completely out of time, so I would say that's very, very risky. I think a bit of a shot coming in there on Flamey, but obviously the round is going to go to Navi. SK, they need to save both these AWPs. Maybe, yeah, Taco can rebuy, but the rest are going to have a lot of trouble rebuying into the next round. Man, Navi are looking great. And it's, again, Flamey on top with 12, 1, and 5 as a scoreline, but the rest of Navi are right there with him.
Yeah, there isn't a big gap. It isn't too top heavy. Guardian has been getting impact kills with that AWP. Seized even. It always feels like you're looking at Seized and he's the one getting picked off or in awkward spots, but even he's got 10 kills right now. So everybody on Navi, it looks like they're very confident with their T side.
Oh, wow.
This is not the Navi that we were used to seeing over the past several months.
Look at this buy. I think SK realized it's time. They can't just keep giving rounds to Navi. They need to get up to 6 on this first half. Cold Sierra going to be able to pick up Seized. That's a good way to begin. But now the 3 UMPs here. Are they going to be enough to hold on to the A-bomb site? Phelps will go down, and no questions asked for Edward. Smoke's going up there for Simple to make some space for himself and maybe get down into Shadow. And Fallen again, trying to see if he can cover the cross, but they're just going to throw that same Molotov, and he's learned it from last time. He's not going to try and fight it here. Now they're making their way on and trying for the bomb plant early on. Can anyone from SK stop that?
And they even have a Molotov left on Edward as well to buy more time if he wants. So Simple and Flamey, they'll be holding the site itself. Fur is waiting for the signal to go, and you're still waiting on Cold to rotate in. He's only just now making it to jungle. 2 players here in CT, and there's the peek, but the shot is missed by Fallen. What was that? Taco's close enough to trade, though. We're still in a 3-on-3. All 3 of them have kits as well on SK Gaming. But Navi, they can do so much to buy time.
They need this. SK, Taco going down. Fur charging in with the UMP. Gets one, turns around, gets a headshot on Simple. And now it's Edward one-on-one. Fur trying to see if he can get this defused in. Simple, Edward walking up behind him. Fur trying to reload, but Edward is there, taking him out. Full-on spray while flashed. Fur with the underhand throw there. It was not enough. 14 kills on Fur. He's actually out-fragging Flamey right now. He very nearly won that round for SK.
But whereas on Navi, it's like 13 kills for Flamey, sure, but then everybody else, nearly everybody's double digits. Fur, it's 5 kills on Phelps. That's the runner-up. The rest of the team are sitting with 4 kills right now. That's not good enough if you're SK Gaming. That's definitely not the level we expect from them. And so now Fur, again, mid-aggression, he has that UMP, made a little bit more money, and so why not? He's going to invest in it, and it's going to pay off. Again, Seized gets picked off first in mid, but that's not the problem. Navi, they're about to go cascading onto the B site here, unless Taco can find some headshots, and he's already started off strong. He takes down Flamey.
Oh, he's buying time as well. Taco get the next one too. Very nearly does it, but the aim punch comes in, and there's Fur with the stolen AK-47 to take down Edward. This would be such a momentum change for SK if they could win the round. They're still going to be in a lot of trouble, but this is the kind of round they've been looking for a very long time. Simple and Guardian, though, a deadly combination. They should be able to at least get the bomb plant here.
Yeah, they just need to breathe. They still have how many nades? Look at that. Guardian's got a full set of grenades to make use of here. And so they have plenty of time to work with as well. There is no kit for SK Gaming, and so SK, they're waiting to see if Navi are going to make a play, but it's going to be about time to go. There's some shots on a Guardian, does a little bit of damage. More importantly, it gives the information. Fallen is going to find 1 kill. Guardian point blank misses the quick scope, and it's just going to get him overwhelmed. Nicely done from SK, and that is a key round picked up. Going to give them 4 here in the end.
That's incredibly important, and it shows you the danger of giving up that 1 rifle. Admittedly, Fur had the UMP, but once he got the AK, a lot more dangerous for Navi. 15th rounder coming up here, and we've got a 10-4 scoreline favoring Navi on the terrorist side of Mirage. First map, of course, the quarterfinals, but still, I think better than most people were expecting.
Absolutely. This is excellent work from Navi. I'm very impressed. Because, we've seen this a couple times now in the groups so far for Navi when they have played in Mirage. It has been a one-sided affair, but not versus the likes of SK. You do expect to see more from SK. This is definitely uncharacteristic for the Brazilian team. So 10-4, double digits for Navi in the 15th round here of the first half, and Navi are ready to go straight onto the site, and it might be even the same sort of situation. Fallen, though, blind, still gets the shot. Again, it's Seized getting picked off first.
Trying to see if they could root him out. In fact, Guardian will get the return now. 4-on-4. Still not anywhere close to getting the bomb down. In fact, Navi are waiting around quite a bit. Simple gets trucked by Phelps. 4 versus 3. It looks like SK Gaming kind of late to the party, but they've started to figure out, and they're a little bit more well prepared for this round. Molotoving out the back corner, and the bomb is still on slope. Flamey almost overcommits, so in fact he will overcommit, gets shot in the back by Taco and CT Spawn, and now Edward and Guardian are left. Ooh, that's close.
That's impressive. It's going to be point blank. Nope. No chance. Edward just used the last grenade as well, and so they're out of utility, Navi. It's going to come down to SK Gaming, somebody there making a mistake or making good use of their nades. Perfectly done in the end. 1 flash, that's all they needed. 2 kills, and SK Gaming get 5 rounds on the board at the end of the half. Navi with 10.
If they make this first map work here, SK, if they can somehow get a comeback running, someone's going to have to buy for a round of drinks later on, because he's got 17 kills. Everybody else on SK is tied at 6. Just how crazy is that? And the other team, the closest to Fur, is Flamey and Edward at 13 kills each.
And then you go down to the rest of SK Gaming. It's like six kills across, actually. Yeah. The rest of them, all 6. But this is still possible. I mean, with the likes of Fur on T side, you give this man an AK, he can do wondrous things. So definitely possible here for SK Gaming to find a way back into this. Navi started off with the pistol round win on their T side, but if SK pick up their pistol round and they keep the same kind of pressure that Navi kept on them, so long as you maintain a low CT economy for Navi, it's going to be very difficult for them to stop or for them to control the situation. SK Gaming are perfectly capable of waking up now and taking control of the situation. 5 to 10. And the countdown begins here for the second half.
No diffuse kit being bought by Navi. It's all armor. They have the range. The USP is obviously a favored in this sense. So they just don't even expect SK to get onto a bomb site. See if the Brazilian team have a different plan in mind. They at least have a smoke now, and Underpass seized walking in. Almost the whole SK team on the other side. They're going to lose Edward and Seized right away. Simple. Could have been a great lineup, but he only gets one. Guardian, he's going to have to go massive here in the window, and he already spots out Cold Zero, but he doesn't win the fight. Cold Zero is jumping like a crazy person on the other side, and SK will pick up the pistol round. The first part of the prophecy has been fulfilled. Now they just need all the rest.
They need to not get anti-ecoed here. That's the second hurdle. This Navi with the pistols, they can definitely do some damage, but that's just a classic case of both teams kind of just brute forcing each other. Navi clearly wanting to take the aggression to SK, hoping to catch a single player there. Taka with an excellent headshot there. Simple, gone. Already, man advantage now for SK Gaming in this round.
And all these UMPs on the SK side, they can easily spend the time just having them look for any dangerous corners or any bomb sites that may have had a stack. They don't need to commit the AKs to them just yet. They're making progress timely across the map here. So much on the clock still, and if they start to get connected control, they should realize fairly soon that there's only Flamey on the A-bomb side.
Fire is actually already out through connector. He's starting to push into jungle. This is interesting. With the AK as well, definitely risky to put your AK at risk like this. A UMP, sure, he dies, not the end of the world, but an AK, you can see, I mean, hell, Fur gave us a demonstration.
Timing is off by a couple of seconds. Flamey was just making the transfer down to ramp. Fur makes a bit of noise there. Very careful. I don't think Edward heard it though, and now the bomb is making its way in. So just initiative by Fur, checking out the whole A-bomb side, realizing there's really nobody here. Even now, if they realize that even if Flamey comes out, it's a bit too late.
Yeah, they could be thinking that it's a stack on B. And that could be the issue here, because Flamey might be able to do something about it. He's going to go for the peek from pit, and yeah, Flamey, sure enough, takes the kill on Fallen, but now they know the gig is up. 6 HP left on Flamey, and he's actually going to have to back off if he wants to hold on to this gear for the next round, and he should. You're not retaking 1v4. It's not going to happen. Fur getting shot in the back. What is this? And Fur, again, this is, you know, the overconfidence might be coming into play, because you just threw away an AK.
You got to be very careful. It did look funny, though. Just full-on panic. Being shot in the back. Seized and Guardian trying to hold on to that precious AK over here. And Guardian doing a good job of the Deagle. Going to give up the UMP. All of these things are pretty good for Navi. They're going to be excited.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, yeah, it's all about the details, but it really is, I mean, a small thing, but you're sacrificing an AK, you're putting it out on the extremity. Fallen has done this in the past with his AWP as well, just hunting and then getting killed, you lose the op, right? It's these sorts of things that can come back to haunt you later on. I mean, I suppose Fur is not too concerned, though, because he's going for the MAC-10. This is going to be a round of hard eco coming in from Navi, but Flamey and Seized are both investing in Kevlar because they were able to actually save some weaponry from the last round. If they're in the right place to go toe-to-toe with the MAC-10s or with the UMPs, they can certainly do some damage here.
Yeah, I love the fact that Seized at least attempted to go a bit aggressive in the window. Great position to have a fight against another AK in the middle. I mean, if you win that, then immediately things are looking better. The aim punch on Guardian making it impossible for him to even try and return the fire.
This is quickly becoming very standard for SK Gaming. In the first few rounds, it really has been all about mid control. Bomb drop the top mid. They get in there, they take control of mid, they can take control of connector. Fur just charges through connector, assassinates Seized. Doesn't even bother picking up the AK.
Finally, they run it simple. He's going to kick Fur with him. Not that it really matters at this point. Fur already got the money for the double kill. And Flamey sneaking around with a UMP. Not for very long. Fallen going to be able to take him down. And suddenly, we arrive at a 10-8 scoreline. And the horror of the first half, it's further and further behind SK at the moment.
This is the key round for me, and not only because obviously it would allow SK Gaming to start getting closer to tying it up. Navi are still in the lead. Even if it's a 10-10 situation, Navi are still in the lead because it's a CT-sided map and they should be able to bring it back. But I'm concerned if we're hearing about arguments, if there's tension in the team, and if you have a terrific first half and you start to lose in the second half when you should be actually just pulling ahead and closing the map strong, we might have a real test here for Navi.
Oh yeah, and also maybe a display of strength for SK. They're such a powerful team, and you underestimate them even for a second. You see what's happening here. They're slowly clawing their way back. They are getting the mid control, and again, Navi are not really interested in fighting them for it. That gives up the window room, and it gives up that connector. I think that's too much real estate to just surrender to the Brazilian side. That you must know that Fallen will have a plan as soon as they get those positions into play. Seized and Phelps are right next to each other. That smoke, when it evaporates, all hell is going to break loose, and Phelps will come out on top. Strong start there, taking down Seized. SK winning this round would again force Navi back to an eco.
And just look at the nade count now for Navi. A single flash left on Edward. That's all they have to work with here. Simple with the aggressive position in B apartments. That's great if they were going B, but SK, this is exactly how you want it to play out. This is some OG Mirage that we're seeing here, where you put up mid and connector, you leave him there. As soon as you get him in there, you leave him there to get a pick like that. To either catch a rotator. If Navi try to make a play for information in mid, you're going to have a guy already there. And when you eventually go on to A, you have a guy set up for the split.
Oh, great shot from Guardian. 25 seconds right now. They've got to be careful, SK, because even though they've got the man lead, you gotta eventually put the bomb down, which I think they're in the process of right now. Cold Zero has been dropped, so now 2-on-3. Guardian sneaking through the smoke with the AWP, trying to get up on the box, but no targets presenting themselves. And if he stays there for too long, he's gonna get down by Taco, who's just waiting up in those apartments. Guardian wishes he could find the kill, but if we lose Edward, I think even he knows it's too late. Man, that was dangerous for SK. If Edward had been on catwalk over IB and could get the kill on the bomb planter, could have been a lost round.
Certainly would have been a stressful one now. Guardian wisely hanging around over here in CT, not showing himself. He'll be able to hold on to the AWP for the next round, and that's the only thing that Navi will have. He's at 13 kills right now. Very even across the board for Navi. It's still the Fur show, though. Fur is such a monster. He's really taken off in this game. Fur, look at that. He eventually just zeroes in on Guardian, hunts him down.
Yeah, there's something seriously wrong with Fur. He's got 24 kills and 15 deaths. He's actually just overtaken this game on his own.
He is the big reason why SK are in this fight at all. If he wasn't posting this kind of scoreline, it would be Navi 1-0 already in maps in this best of 3, and we would be looking at SK's map on train.
Just a shoulder peek, just Guardian teasing them a bit. But he only has a Deagle or a P250 actually anyway, so can't expect too much out of it. He's going to be going down. I think it's a point that many people have made in the past, that it's only because of Cold Zero joining that you no longer consider Fur to be the superstar of this team, but he is actually this good. It's not some sort of weird aberration. Oh, it's weird that Fur's playing so well. No, it's definitely not weird at all. Simple, getting sprayed down through the smoke, trying to help out Edward. What a teammate.
Right? Just shows up and barely gets out in time. That fire, it's spreading. But he's going to be able to save that AK now, and that's actually a great win for Navi, all things considered. A single AK can make the difference, and they will be buying in the next round. Navi max buy as well. They're getting the max loss round bonus now. 4, soon to be 5 rounds in a row for SK Gaming. So, I mean, hold on to the AK. Don't even challenge. Simple, you can go for the 1 Deeg shots. That's fine. Do your Nico impression. Although it's close between Nico and Simple. Who do you think is better with the Deeg? Do you think it's Nico or do you think it's Simple?
Nico.
Nico?
I would even say by some margin, actually. I think I could if you stripped away the whole HUD and showed no names and showed me 10 different clips of different sort of top pros playing with the Deagle, I could tell you which one was Nico just from the way he's moving. He's got such a unique style, specifically with that gun.
Oh, he's so smooth, right?
Yeah,
he's very crisp. Simple is much more snap. You know, he's got a little bit more snap to his aim. But I mean, That's actually kind of fun. I don't know. Go ahead and vote on Twitter.
Yeah, let
Tweet
us
at
know.
DreamHack.
That's obviously going to be a vote that won't reflect. This is just whoever you're a fan of.
Yeah,
I would say Nico in this situation. 21st round. The scoreline is tied 10-10 after a 10-5 first half favoring Navi. They have done exactly nothing in the second half, and Guardian finally going to come in with a big kill there, taking down Fur. That's the big frag as well, but they've also lost Cold Sierra, so 4-on-3 right here. Navi looking good to finally pick up around Guardian. What a great shot, taking down Taco. Fallen and Phelps are left. How do you get out of this situation? Navi should definitely not try and peek before they even... At least they gotta wait for the bomb sound to go down.
I was so worried that Edward was about to jiggle peek there in jungle. That would have been the opening that SK needed. But with a minute 10 left on the clock, there's so much time to work with here. And Fallen, exactly, they're gonna go for the default plant. Fallen's got the angle on CT. Good team play here from SK Gaming to at least guarantee that money for the next round. And now it's up on Navi, and they have, look at this, they have the incendiary. Edward can put that in the back corner, and there's nothing that Fallen can do to stop it.
They've also swapped it out. Look at this, Phelps with the AWP now. Fallen with the AK in the corner. He had the more health, so it made sense, but it just won't matter. Flamey coming in with an easy couple of kills, and you're right, they had all the tools they needed to make sure they could win that round. Defuse going to be happening, and Navi finally picking up a round here in the second half. We'll make it 11-10. The money just fine for SK, especially after the bomb plant. They're not going to care that much about losing this round.
No. They have the strong economy here. And this actually, well, it could be a better situation for SK Gaming, but because so many players survived for Navi, 4 players, actually Navi not taking that big of a hit on the money. And so if they were to lose this round, they could even be in a position to force it up. It's cutting it close, but it is possible. Whereas for SK Gaming, they still have a good margin for error here. But now is where SK Gaming, if they're going to make this happen, they need to bring it to an 11-11 scoreline. Really put the pressure back on Navi and not let Navi get to the point where they're going to have the money for the full nade buy as they did this round. Still a good number of incendiaries here for Navi to work with.
Again, not that much of an attempt from the Navi side to get in mid-control. They have Flamey lurking around in the vent there, but they don't have any kind of really hard setup here that's going to deny SK that part of the map. That still worries me.
This may be a decision on Guardian's part. I mean, Simple has got his AWP now. We're rocking a double AWP setup, but Simple's over towards B. He's going to be helping Seized out over there. But Guardian on CT, some of the oppers have really expressed a lot of frustration with mid and how the op works in mid on Mirage now, thanks to the short smoke that goes off at top short and how quickly you can get a smoke in the window.
Edward tries to help out Flamey. He's a couple of seconds late, but at least he gets the refrag in. Simple also denied using the AWP over that B bomb side. He's going to miss one more time. Simple, this would be a perfect time to step up big. They've lost Seized as well. There's the refrag coming in. Simple with one. He's scoped up ready. He gets the kill on Taco, and finally Cold Sierra going to come in and take him out. Guardian, can he stop the bomb from going down? No, doesn't have the angle for it. So now it's a 1-on-2. He doesn't have a kid. Oh, there's one picked up on the ground, just as I said that. Going to be sneaking all the way in. Jumps through, but Cold Sierra will be able to stop him. That ties the scoreline again, 11-11. SK stay alive. Man, if Simple had lived for just 3-4 more seconds, the backup would have been there, and that could have been turned.
Let's see the patience here, though, from Taco. He's waiting for his teammate to get in position to outflank Simple, because Simple turns around, but you don't see it. Simple immediately dies. That's some great teamwork there from SK Gaming. The fact that Taco, he sacrifices himself, sure, but if you know you're going to get a 2v1 out of that, it's still a decent situation. 11-11, SK Gaming, they've managed to put Navi on the back foot, but they still go for the force by Navi, and Guardian with the headshot on Fur. There's the kind of explosive opping we need to see here from Guardian. Feels like it's been a long time coming.
Oh, that should send a cold shiver down your spine if you're an SK fan. That kind of play from Guardian is exactly what you don't want to see if you're on the SK side here. That looked a bit vintage. Fallen gonna try and walk his way through, but Seized will take him down. Navi very nearly ecoing in this round. You see the force up with the FAMAS and the UMP, but they're making it work flawlessly at the moment. Phelps and Taco. Now it's just about doing damage and maybe sneak a bomb plant in if you could get the opening, but it's obviously too late at this point here. Taco 1-on-5, spray comes through, but not even nearly close enough. Guardian, triple kill. He has got 18. He's actually topping the scoreboard for his team. This is horrifying news for SK, absolutely.
Curious to see, yeah, it is going to be the force buy. They just had enough. 3 rifles, 1 AWP for Fallen. He had the money. That certainly was dropped. That was probably dropped from Cold. Cold was the only one who had, I believe, above 6K there after the end of that. But they're just going to risk it. I was wondering if SK would feel comfortable enough, considering the pressure, if they would feel comfortable enough to go for a half buy and really have a full buy with all the nades in the next round. But that would involve letting Navi get up to 13 for free. Instead, they're just going to take the fight to him right now, not let Navi start to get the ball rolling for themselves. Guardian being mobile with that AWP, looking to see if he can't find somebody peeking at Pit. Guardian with the peek. He does manage to spot the man moving up into connector once again.
Fallen going down, not a good sign. That's the AWP lost, picked up by Cold Zero right away, as Edward also drops now. More than a minute left, and C's sneaking in. Phelps had the right idea, but he turns around, jumps into window as Fur goes down again. They're really doing a great job, Navi, shutting down Fur. This is round after round where he just doesn't have a chance to have that huge impact that he's otherwise had in this first map. They're a man up. Oh, C's actually caught jumping. That could have been the end of him. Lucky that he gets back around the corner there.
That could have been disastrous. Instead, now he can actually back off. 2 players on the B site, and then Taco finds the 1 key kill that will make a difference here on the A site. The flash to buy a bit more time. Simple, blind, but they're out. I mean, Phelps has a smoke. If you can get that smoke down on CT, it could be the play. Cold will catch Guardian as well.
That was a very long-range shot. And there's Phelps taking down C's Simple alone, trying to sneak his way in, but Taco with a headshot. SK keeping it very close right now. And Navi, I don't know if they should try and they could buy some M4s, but I would definitely rather go for maybe some Deagles and then just try and see if you can't win it back right away. The rest of SK trying to make this work. Here's why this is a bit disappointing for Flamey. He can obviously see the shadow as Taco comes falling down, so he should have been able to get that kill.
Yeah, but this is so destabilizing now for Navi. And now it's aggression. Look at this Guardian, P250 in hand, pushing all the way up the top mid. Not going to get the kill, but seized in the meantime. He will find 1. Phelps, though, and Cold Zero convert that into a man lead for SK Gaming. 4 on 3, but Seized has got the AK. Question is whether he can get in the right place to use it. He's over on the B site. And SK Gaming are going to know this, so it's a question of whether they want to hit towards B where that rifle is playing.
Oh, Seized. Finding that kill. Grenade does 5 damage to Fallen. And right now, Navi, they're quite thinly spread across the map. No easy, obviously no one can help out Seized, but even Flamey and Simple are so far apart that if there was someone walking around the corner, it'd be too late to call for backup. Seized walking in. Taco, is he going to look the right way? Spray comes in. Seized. A little bit absent in this game, but he just picked up a huge triple kill. Phelps going to be able to wallbang him right down, but they've lost Fallen. The bomb is in the middle, and Phelps goes down. Headshot from Flamey. Navi, they win the round back with just pistols. Unbelievable. 13-12 now. And SK, that will put them in a very deep hole.
Yeah, this is half buy territory for SK Gaming, although it looks like it is going to be a full buy. No. 2 guys, 3 guys spending all of their money. Taco is the only one hedging, as along with Phelps. Between the 2 of them, this is an awkward buy from SK. 3 guys are fully committed to this.
Seized had 12 kills before this round. It's 15 now, so a massive impact round. Just imagine what a big difference that makes for his team. Hiding inside the smoke in the middle is Phelps, and Edward's hiding on the other side looking into underpass. Very strange situation. Seized, trying to see if he can catch them as they come out. Edward is going down, and Seized is next in line. SK Gaming, the Tech-9 rush is working. Guardian missing his opportunity there, and now we have to think about, do they want to go for this? They don't have the money to lose the last 3 rifles here. I think they might have to back off unless they can get a couple of kills really quick here.
Yeah, this is all on Simple now. The Magician, time to make it happen, but it's not. Fur, he's got the angle, and Phelps, what a round from Phelps. 3 kills for him, 2 for Fur. But Phelps as well. Edward, his plan backfires, and I think that's the main thing. His team, he's sacrificing his teammate, basically. His teammate is alone on the B site. Unless he can get the kill on Phelps, Edward, what he was doing just serves nothing for Navi. Instead, he dies to Phelps, and that just completely opens up the B side at that point for SK Gaming. It's unreal. The fact that this is so back and forth, but another hard ego coming in here for Navi. We're tied up 13-13, and SK Gaming, they're showing that, no, Mirage, it's a T-sided map.
Just think about how the stars had to align for both Phelps and Edward to sort of hide in each of their smokes, almost next to each other. That's crazy. 27th round, and Fur at it again. Not even any fear at all. Just walking in, it's going to be cold to pick up the kill on Seized, but now they're realizing that just playing against pistols, if they didn't know already, they're going to have confirmation. 29th kill coming in from Fur, 1 away from getting the 30 bomb here, and we haven't even played all 30 rounds yet. He's just out of control.
This would be an insane performance from SK Gaming. 14-13, they're in the lead on T side, and the buy that Navi are about to put together isn't even that pretty. This is desperation. A glass cannon M4 for Simple. They don't even have any nades. Edward's got a single smoke. What is this?
Yeah, and as a result, actually, they're going to go pretty aggressive up in apartments with Guardian holding the ramp. I really like this from Flamey and Seized. This is a very good idea. Obviously, timing is going to be everything, but if an SK are just a bit slow on this A attack, which, given the fact that Phelps and Fur are only now in underpass, it could take a while before they start to get in here. It can definitely work out. Seized up in apartments, going to win the fight versus Taco, and Guardian getting caught on that wall. That's dangerous. Going to flash his teammate in Flamey, who tries to fall back. Flamey almost costing him his life there. That would have been horrific, but he turns around. Seized there for the kill on Fur, and now Fallen in a 1-on-3. Navi with such a bad buy, they still come up with a really big win here. Fallen with the FAMAS in hand, I don't think he could win this round. He's going to try anyway and gets the kill. A minute left.
He's got a minute. He just made footsteps, trying to make it sound like he's running back to T-spawn. That's going to bait a response out of Seized. And you can see it's Simple. He's rotating to top mid. They want to box Fallen in. Only problem is Fallen is still here up on balcony. Not sure if Seized spotted him, but there's the duel. Fallen, so close. Not going to get it. Seized survives on 1 health. That was the make or break moment right there. Had Fallen picked up that kill. Instead, Seized has to rotate back around, and Fallen will be able to pick up this bomb. But now 30 seconds left here in the round for Fallen to make this happen.
Talk about small margins. He gets the bomb, and he's going to try and see if he can fake the sound once again, just in case anyone is top mid. But they shouldn't really be buying this, because obviously there's so little time. Running B would be almost certainly suicide. Fallen sneaking in close onto the A-bomb site. 10 seconds on the clock here. He's got his back turned to connector. He's not even checking it. That's so dangerous, and he just gets wall banged down. Triple kill for Seized. These rounds, the last couple of rounds for Seized have just been unreal, haven't they?
But also as the calls, not only individually, Anders, but with the call, the read, they had gone repeatedly towards B side. SK Gaming, Navi, with this kind of buy where they had no nades, they knew that they had to gamble. Instead of gambling on B, having 3 players B, they put 4 players on A early on Navi. SK Gaming walked right into the trap. And so we're going the distance here. SK Gaming still have the money, but Navi do as well now, and Guardian's got that AWP once again in play. Not going to get lucky through the smoke this time, though, so he's going to have to change up.
And much quicker mid-take coming out of SK this time. Guardian not getting a chance to react. Fur comes running in. 31st kill for him. And now they're going to smoke up top connector, trying to make sure that Navi are nowhere near the middle and have no idea what's happening in here. Simple, making quite a lot of noise. He's walking close. Careful, if someone could be hiding on the other side of that smoke. He just doesn't know yet. He steals the AWP. And is he going to try and challenge the middle and bring it back to a 4-on-4? It doesn't seem like it.
No, they need to just sit and wait, it seems, and it's going to be confidence on the A side once again here for Navi. Flamey and Simple, fully committed. Seized, kind of trying to make up his mind, actually.
You could see SK are just wait. They hope Navi are going to make the mistake of peeking. Fur's in the middle connector. Got Cold Sierra at Delpan looking over towards Catwalk. They're just all hoping that someone from Navi is going to get anxious. And they've got the time for it, so there's no real reason. Seized, is he going to take the bait? He's certainly walking in here. Timing is actually pretty good for him. He does a bit of damage to Phelps, and unfortunately for Simple, he gets completely destroyed by Fur, who's moving in even closer looking for another one, but he's going to get bested by Seized, who's suddenly come alive. A couple of triple kills. This time it's a double. It's a 3-on-3 with 25 seconds left. Flamey looking for the spray with the FAMAS here. Not going to make it happen against Fallen. We're so close to the edge. Seized and Edward, 2 versus 3. And the bomb is making its way up. But little do they know, Edward's still in CT spawn. He can still win this round. 15 seconds left. I think they spotted him out. Taco knows that he's there. The grenades are coming in. Edward trying to see if he can make it work. Sneaking in against all 3 players. Trying to get it, but the bomb is down. And Edward, no chance. If he could have got that, maybe it could have worked out. Now instead, SK are at map point.
And just like that, it's Seized calling for the timeout. But when 3 of your players, they have $2,500, $3,000, the rest of them want $1,400, what are your options here? Talk about him coming back alive, though, Seized. He's been heavily criticized since Simple joined, and for good reason. Since Simple joined, Seized has struggled mightily individually. He's had so much trouble getting his level on par with the rest of the team because he took over the in-game leader responsibility.
Yeah,
it's like the double whammy.
It's him and Flamey right now who are at the top of the scoreboard, 20 kills each. And the rest, I mean, sort of all of Navi and all of SK right now are roughly tied for kills. Only one who's the outstanding player is obviously Fur at 32 kills. Still just unreal.
And in that round right there, Fur, you have to give it to him. With the opening kill on Guardian, the follow-up kill on Simple. I mean, that's an incredible round from Fur. All game long, Fur has been the reason why SK are still in this fight. He's creating the moments that allow his team to actually pick up these rounds and keep it this close. 15-14. This would be a disaster for Navi. After that first half, going 10-5 to lose your map. This is Navi's map, and then you're going into Train, where SK Gaming are definitely going to be confident. Navi, they need to come up with something special here. 45 seconds still to go in the timeout if they want to sit and wait the entire 2 minutes.
The buy that's coming in for Navi, as you were touching on, is definitely not very impressive. They've made it work once before, but that was sort of based on some pretty big risks that they took. And I think, again, SK, just like in this round, they probably will try and play it very slowly in the beginning. Make sure they don't get rushed down top mid or even in apartments, either B or A. The fans are definitely excited.
Absolutely found him, the SK cheering squad. All right, countdown's begun. We're getting back into it, and the buy is horrible for Navi. It's so bad that Simple had to go for the Zeus. He's gonna try and tase someone.
That's not bad, that's great.
Stop.
I think there are some rifles on the ground, some UMPs I think they can pick up. Seized has got one, but yeah, there's the FAMAS and Flamey, and also the one on Guardian. So 30th round, ladies and gentlemen, after a 2-minute timeout taken by Navi to try and see if they can find a way to bring this into overtime. Otherwise, who knows what will happen. SK, they've had just an absolutely terrific second half here. First half, when they were on the CT side, they only got 5 rounds. It looked like Navi were going to run away with this first map of the quarterfinals, but now it's all turned on its head, and it's SK 1 round away.
And initially, Navi went for the gamble. They gambled B this round. Seized, expecting it to be aggression there early on. Put 3 players towards B. Guardian and Seized within a smoke radius in case Navi, or in case SK were going to go for the smoke execute on A early. Instead, SK, I mean, they're playing this picture perfect, SK. They're taking their time. They're trying to figure out what kind of buy they're up against. They're slowly clearing out the map. Cold Zera is ready in case there's some mid aggression coming in here.
Yeah, the only thing they haven't got covered is underpass, but Fur is alone on that side, so even if there was a big rush going on there, he would know pretty quick. Flash in, Guardian on the other side with the UMP, going to be the first big engagement, and he does just shoulder peek a bit, takes some damage and returns roughly the same to Fallen. And now SK think, wait a minute, if you're pushed up that far, probably more than one person, so that's going to leave some other parts of the map more light on defense.
They certainly have the nades to work with here, SK as well. Still, 2 smoke grenades in play. 3 Molotovs. A good flash count as well. Edward looking for the 1 dig. Nearly gets it. 2 tags onto Phelps, and he will find the kill eventually. Where's the trade? Cold fails his teammate, and Simple with the CZ is going to gun down far. He even gets the Zeus.
And that's going to be it. It nearly takes him out, drops him down to very low health, and that's overtime, 15-15. Who would have thought?
And this is only the second overtime. This is how one-sided some of these matches, or mainly the groups, have been so far, Anders. Even the first 3 quarterfinals, we've had 1 overtime. And that was Gambit versus North on Inferno. So, I mean, now, finally, we're going the distance and then some.
This stuff from Edward here, just so good. Simple, look at this.
Jeez. Can't believe he actually made it work. Even though there's a range, obviously, on the Zeus. It's not always 1 shot, 1 kill. If they're just out of range, you're going to do some damage, but that's it.
I love the fact that it's simple. It had to be simple going for that kind of play, didn't it? He's got a reputation to maintain after all. So here's the overtime. The new score you need to win, unless it goes to double overtime, is 19 rounds. So already Fur is down and out. Again, I think every round where you can take down Fur in the beginning and you're Navi, that's a good sign.
It's a huge benefit. considering he's still pretty much the one doing the damage here. Cold has kind of caught up. He's at 18 kills, but it's simple. Go aggro. And this they'll never expect this, SK. They're thinking, well, if you've got the man advantage, you're going to sit on the sides. You're not going to be pushing behind us like this. Simple, he gets a free kill on Fallen, but Phelps did get a kill on Flamey in the meantime, and Phelps is going ham. Cold catches Simple getting over aggressive. Luckily, Edward was still there for the trade on the B site, and we're into a 2-on-2.
The madness just won't come to an end. Cold Zero picking up another kill there. Edward losing patience. Now they're going to rotate back, and actually Guardian, he must have heard those steps, but he's not quite sold on the idea. And Cold has got all the time in the world, so they're just going to send Taco to scout out the A bomb site. Once he makes the call, the question is, can they avoid getting sniped by Guardian, who is still lurking around over at the B bomb site. Now Guardian feels like, yeah, this is probably it. He's going to run out. I don't think that Cold could have heard that, but he's still going to commit to it.
I don't think so, and unfortunately, not sure if Taco heard it. I think he did. Taco just confirmed it, that the rotation came through from Guardian. Cold instantly going to get that bomb planted. Taco's now in position to catch him in mid. This is going to get nasty, Anders. This is heartbreaking for Guardian. He's going to run right into him. Surprise.
Very well played. That 2v1, just the fact that they had that time to work with, and they used every second of it, that's very good. It will be SK winning in spite of what looked like just a perfect flank from Simple, but the overcommitment to fight Cold Zero there, that really cost them.
Yeah, willing to try and get in there and go for the trade, and now we have Navi really changing things up. One little detail to note here. Navi have lost the first round on the CT side, but it's not the end of the world for them because there's, again, change of rules, $16,000 instead of the usual $10,000. So Navi still have plenty of money to play with here. Seized once again opening it up. This time he takes down Phelps, but Cold was there to trade. Great mid-aggression coming in here from Navi, though. It works out perfectly, and Farah not going to be able to make it happen either. Simple's there to get the headshot on him.
It's the kind of round that Navi were looking for. Taco sneaking in, but he's already made some noise, and Simple not going to miss the opportunity to get that double kill. And Fallen 1 versus 4. I mean, I much prefer the 16,000 rule set. I think it's much better. It means no one has to worry about suddenly saving in the overtime.
And mainly we get to see what Navi are capable of. I mean, Navi are capable of with full economy on CT. That changes the game dramatically. If you have money for incendiaries, flashes, smokes, everything that you need, it's going to come down to who makes the best call, who's going to hit the shots, because you have all the tools necessary.
Love that smoke from Fallen. He sort of gives up on using it, but he gets a shot anyway. He's about to be flanked, though, and I don't see him coming out alive. Simple will take him down for a triple. The Ukrainian player being put into work here. But that underhand throw there, there's a tiny little ledge that you can't really see, but it's on the count. If you jump up on that, you can actually stay crouched in the smoke, and then when you stand up, you're just sort of peeking out of the smoke out of nowhere. So it's a trick that's worth learning, I think. 16-16 here. The scoreline is tied again. Let's see who's going to be able to close out this first map.
Once again, Guardian makes it there, but the short smoke just going to stop him from being able to get any info, hoping that HE will do damage, but nobody is there. Once again, there is a change of position. It's not Cold Zero who's holding top mid this time for SK Gaming. It's Fallen. But then that's the veteran, at play right there. Instinct telling him that he was a second too late.
Ooh, that smoke goes too far.
They missed it. That might come back to haunt you, especially if Seized is going to let that smoke clear. And that might actually cause somebody on SK to overextend, thinking that he has his smoke protecting him.
Look at Seized position. He's just looking for a pixel movement in that tiny gap that's there. So as soon as he sees that, he knows he has to smoke it off. And so his smoke timing here could be godlike. If they actually end up going to be very interesting, if there's like 30 seconds left, then sees the movement, then that smoke will be very powerful. But it looks like SK are trying to move instead towards the A side of the map, where Simple, Flamey, Guardian, and even Edward's not that far away of taking out maybe Phelps or Fur coming out of Underpass. So this is a tricky round here for SK. They're running out of time quick, and they're in some trouble here. Cold Zero goes down to Flamey. Edward with next kill, taking out Phelps, and that was from the Underpass, and it's all going Navi's way here. They're going to win 2 out of the 3 rounds in overtime. Guardian, in fact, falling off the box and getting the kill, and now Fallen 25 seconds. They're all fighting him. They don't really need to. It's going to work nonetheless. 17-16 here. The evenness right now on the Navi side, bringing up the score with 22 kills right now on Flamey, Guardian, and Seized, 23 on Simple and Edward. That's how close they all are.
Yeah, SK are running into maximum resistance everywhere across the map. They haven't really been able to figure out, unless Fur is able to, create that space.
Right, but
where the weak spot is.
So he got, I think, what, like, did he get all 32 kills in regulation?
Yes.
It was very nearly that, right? So that means here in the overtime, finally there's been kind of a slowdown, and you can't even blame Fur at this point, can you? But this is where they need him to keep going.
This is where we have to see. I mean, obviously, if you've tuned in since the beginning of the match, this has been a very T-sided map so far between both of these teams. Both teams have struggled mightily with their CT sides. Their defense, simple, looking for the shot. Not quite going to find it, and this is where it's going to get tricky. The flash, not a flash in HE. Had there been a flash, that would have been insane, but instead, they get nothing out of it. SK Gaming are going to have to back off. Seized, however, did fall somewhere. But that must have been on an extremity.
Yeah, it was Phelps who took him down. We'll see. 3 AKs and 1 AWP left here. Plenty of grenades on the Navi side. And again, double overtime is absolutely possible at this point. They got to be very careful about walking or making any noise over the B hallways just because of where Cold Zero is holding. He's going to be able to hear them immediately. It looks like a full smoke setup. And with Edward holding the top mid, that makes me think they're probably not going to try and fake it too much. It probably will just be the B-bomb side.
Yeah, they'll be going in together. Edward will find the shot on Phelps. That was in window and mid. So now SK somewhat denied. I mean, they're denied some information here. There's still 2 players waiting on the B site. But with 45 seconds left, there's no reason for Navi to commit just yet unless they feel comfortable. And Edward is hoping to kind of extend that lead at this point. Cold on short. Oh. Well, sorry, Edward.
Merciless. And now looking on top of the smoke here. Taco ready and waiting. Actually, they do take up that angle. Taco just keeps spraying. He does a bit more damage to Flamey. Cold has got pretty much the perfect shot, but somehow he misses it. 25 seconds, he misses again. Cold Zero. Now's the time to step up. Luckily, Taco not going to do the same. He picks up 3 kills. And now we'll tie the scoreline. 17-17. This is getting too close for comfort right now for both teams. This could be one of those games. First of all, it's late in the day, obviously, here in Las Vegas. They've been waiting all day to play this game. If you play the first map and you go into maybe even double overtime, which could happen, if you go all 3 maps as well, you could run out of steam towards the end of that.
Certainly, we could be going late into the evening here with this match. But after how most of the quarterfinals have been pretty one-sided, very short matches, I think the fans here at least are pretty happy that we're getting the show finally here. 17-17. Nobody wants to make the mistake here that's going to cost their team this key round. And so it's actually no aggression anywhere on the map right now. Everybody's sitting, default, just waiting.
It was, by the way, that last round quite cool what Navi were trying to do. Because they were a man down, they wanted to throw all the B smokes and then have Edward in the middle pick up anyone who was going to sort of peek into middle, right? So that was very smart. All those smokes were actually more than anything to give Edward a kill in middle. That would have been beautiful if it had worked out. Didn't this time, though. Seized walking back in. Phelps not going to make the jump to spot him either. The bomb's still over by B, even though there's 3 men outside of the A bomb site. Taco wondering what's going on. Curiosity is a dangerous thing. He walks right in, gets the shot on the bomb carrier, but the refrag is there by Seized, so that's very important.
And then it's going to be the straight rotation over towards the A site now. So 4-on-4, Fallen, however, he's there and he spotted movement. This is going to give it away. They're going to start rotating back towards A, and Fur was there to pick up 1 kill. They trade it, though. Good spacing there on Navi. Not letting Flamey drop for nothing. Edward looking for the headshot, not going to find it. But again, they trade. Guardian, the hero.
Can he do it again? Almost gets the shot, but Cold Zero closing out the round. 18 rounds here for SK Gaming. They're 1 round away. Suddenly their CT side seems to be functioning. And now...
nope, 1 timeout per map Seized.
Yeah, they can't do it again. They wanted to do another timeout here in the overtime, but that is not allowed. They have the money. They have the double up set up on the Navi side, and they're fighting to get into double OT, and SK actually have their own double up there. A lot of sniping going to be happening. Guardian boosted to look over the smoke, edging its way in. Some annoying flashbang is going to make sure he can't really see if anyone is even in window yet.
I mean, you might as well see if you can keep making this work. They slowly work their way out. Exactly now he's got his angle on window, but Fur is in connector. There's the flash once again, going to be full blind. Seized hoping to catch somebody out of position on short with that wallbang, but it's not going to happen. Instead, it's Fallen to take down Flamey, and Flamey was aggressing at a pit. Simple still up in apartments, and we'll see in Palace if he can find somebody overextending in jungle. They need to find a kill quick here, Navi. They can't let SK Gaming get too comfortable with the man advantage.
They got them in control a bit here. Fur goes down. Guardian with a critical shot. Back in a 4-on-4. So much time left for Navi to make up their minds, but SK, they're really not being very aggressive. They're just holding far back here, trying to make sure that they don't get anything for free on the Navi side.
No, ladder room is going to get cleared out. Phelps spots the man in mid. A little bit of information gained, some damage dealt. But a 4-on-4, and they're spread out all over the place, Navi, but there's the kill seized. Drops Fallen, who's getting a bit greedy, looking into mid, and there's the opening, but then Cold is there to trade versus Edward. That was on short. Bomb is making its way towards B, and at this point, you're starting to get to the point now where Navi have to fully commit.
Guardian, he lands that shot on Cold Zero, who was just jumping for the information. Goes in, looks to window, takes down Taco. Guardian making sure it's going to be seized to close it out for double overtime. But if not for Guardian, who knows what would have happened there.
If not for Cold, there's a way to jump to peek that angle, and he commits to it and actually just throws himself in. That's like the worst way to jump. You just gave a massive target to Guardian.
Amazing, amazing. Oh, we're going to see that from his point of view. Obviously, just sees the shots coming out there.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Yeah, what a flick, though. Second overtime coming in. And Navi still going to be obviously playing on the T side. SK on the CT side.
I like Simple, though. Sadly, you guys can't see the chat, but Simple's like, well, I guess that was a good half. I guess. Not quite sure. This is way too close now.
First really slowed down. He's at 34 right now. He's still way ahead of everybody else, but in overtime, he's been a bit absent. Flamey will be able to take down Fallen. Guardian is trying to avoid the fire as much as he can there. They've got the man lead, and that gives Navi a lot of space to work with. I'd love to see SK try and take some of it back. They've been doing this for a long time now, where they just play very defensively, but now that they're a man down, could easily go for some counter aggression. Almost looked like Phelps was going to make his way into apartments.
Yeah, he was thinking about it. Instead, it's going to be the duo here, Phelps and Fur, working their way towards pit. This is about to get dangerous, though. Navi, 3 players there. There we go. The opening kill. Flamey with the entry onto the A side. Phelps attempts to stop it, but it's not going to happen. He's got that AWP. Guardian with the angle, though, gives it up. But the Molotovs, the nade superiority coming into play for Navi. Great work for Navi. One step at a time onto that site. Nothing Taco can really hope to do here.
Just doing a bit of damage. Again, the 16,000 means saving rifles and everything else is not really that relevant. And either way, he's boxed in. He's got the USP out. Doesn't feel like reloading the gun right now is going to be a safe bet. He's going to have a chance at least to do that. But that was such a good entry. And Guardian will close out that round. Another double kill for him. He is now really quickly catching up to Fur. He's got 28 kills. God, it's been a long time since we've seen Guardian actually have this kind of an impact on a game.
I think what's most impressive is the fact that Fallen is at 16 kills. We're in double overtime, and Fallen is nowhere to be found for SK. That is not, I mean, basically the combo of Cold and Fallen, you expect that every time from SK Gaming, but the fact that Fallen just can't seem to get comfortable on Mirage, it's a real weakness here.
Let's try for it again. Oh, this is very dangerous. Fur right underneath the tower. Bottom part of it is knocked out, but luckily Simple is able to get the refrag. Cease's gone down. Phelps with the kill, making his way back around that box. Fallen almost gets taken out. Flamey much further up than Fallen was anticipating.
Flamey just keeps going for that push. Guardian, though. Phelps just going aggressive and underpass. And he's just giving the edge back to Navi. 3-on-3. Single smoke on Guardian, though. So they are a little bit light on the nades. It's going to be a decision as to where Fallen is playing from, and can Flamey find that kill on him. But they've been very good about putting that Molotov down in jungle as well.
Oh, the angle there, you see, just because Fallen was looking the wrong way, there's almost no chance to spot Simple. That's a big opening frag. Taco and Cold Zero, can they make this work? Cold, important kill, taking down Flamey, but he wasn't carrying the bomb, and they still got 45 seconds here. 2-on-2. This is critical. If Navi win this round, there's a very good chance they could take this first map. Grenade on in, and Cold forced back. He couldn't really stand on it. Guardian picking up one more shot. Another double kill in the round. He's up to 30 now. And Taco sneaking in. 1 versus 2. Both the snipers on the other side. Simple going to be the one with the triple instead. And 20-18 here.
3-2 for but Guardian is so sick. Doesn't have a flash, doesn't matter. Use an HE to get the angle. Okay then, making use of every little trick here. Every little advantage you can find. And this is a level we haven't seen from Guardian in a long time. I'm so happy to see him playing here. 20-18. And Navi on the edge of a perfect T-side half here in second overtime.
Now is the time for SK. And Fallen, talking about him being absent, he picks up that kill on Guardian. A strong beginning for SK. Fighting now to try and see if they can at least get this one round in the second overtime, for first half of the second overtime. Simple creeping into the middle. Not really going to be able to find anyone just yet. For not going to show him, shouldn't show himself.
Yeah, and there's no Phelps this time around either. Phelps is holding short, so he's just going to be waiting. Exactly. Nobody wants to give a shot to not to Guardian, but to Simple with the AWP. You don't need to peek an angle and take that risk. Although Fur waiting right on the other side. Edward, he's going to be able to catch him. Perhaps Cold Zera is going to take down Simple. In the meantime, does he spot him on the stairs? Yes, he does. Edward reacts in time and gets a follow-up. No, Cold will win that duel. And so it's a two-man advantage now for SK Gaming, although Seized will catch Fallen getting aggressive for some reason. Fallen wanted to push into A pit. That's going to cost him 40 seconds left here on the clock.
A lot of damage to Flamey. Seized, gonna have to do this on his own. Flamey's gone 1 versus 3. Grenade is in, Molotov is out. Seized goes for the spray, hits the headshot. 30 seconds left. Gonna turn around, he knows Taco's back there somewhere. Seized, he's done it so many times in this one, but not this time. Taco will take him out and will be 19-20. First half, second overtime, and it's not done yet. Navi need to win 2 rounds, SK need to win 3 rounds, or could also be triple overtime.
Why not?
You see Seized really commanding his troops right now.
I mean, this is making the difference, though. We're seeing double, triple overtime here. With 16,000, CT side, you know, Navi win the first 2 rounds on T side, it should be them ending it, right? It should be them picking up all 3 rounds on T side, just because SK would be in a forced buy scenario there. The fact that SK, I mean, that CT side, despite losing the first 2, they still have money to buy is making a big difference, actually.
Yeah, I much prefer that. I think it's always disappointing to see a team go out because they only have Tech 9s, you know? I'd rather see 3 full executes, you know, 3 full rounds either way. I think it's more fun that way. Feels like you get the maximum potential to show what you can do. And how is that going to work out here for Navi? On the CT side, I wonder how long is Fur going to be cold before he finally turns up again. This overtime, 2 of them right now, he's not had many kills. Something like 3 kills in both the overtimes.
Yeah, basically. He ended regulation with 32. His teammates have yet to catch up with him. That's how far ahead he was. Phelps, headshot on Guardian, and Phelps the double entry onto the B site. That opens everything. Seized, gets railroaded. But Simple will find a kill. Not going to really matter in the grand scheme of things, however. Because it's a 4-on-2, bomb planted on B. Simple and Flamey now, looking to see if they can get the retake going. Make something magical happen, Simple. Live up to your name. Time to take him out. Fire gone.
That's at least the beginning, but still seems like a fantasy that he could run in here. You could see Flamey's not even really trying to get on this side too quick. He's just slowly inching his way forward. So much time has already passed on the bomb that I'm not sure this is necessarily worth it. Fallen and Cold Zera gonna pick up a couple of kills each. I like the first kill from Phelps there was really good. The second one looked like he almost stumbled into it. Like, oh, there's another player there. In that case, just get that kill too. Look at this. So he gets this one, and then he's just sort of, again, meandering his way through the smoke to get that one on Edward. 20-20, the scoreline is tied.
The pain there for Navi. That's a frustrating round to lose. But again, full buy, no double AWP. Simple has gone back to the rifle, which is interesting. And Guardian looking to take advantage of mid-window here. Where is Fallen with his op? It doesn't matter. Edward finds Phelps. No heroics from the young Brazilian this round. Edward snuffs him early, but it is SK Gaming setting up for a quick take onto A. And Fallen hoping to catch somebody out of position here. Does he have a Molotov? Yes, he does. He can get a Molotov into sandwich where Flamey is holding from right now.
Make them a bit uncomfortable in that connector. Looks like SK are about ready to crunch this bomb site from 3 different angles. Cold Zera picks up a headshot on Edward. That's a good start. They know where Flamey is now. They could easily Molotov him out. They just get the right angle in. Fallen has one. Gonna be some more defensive grenades coming in here from the Navi side. Taco landing an important kill there on Flamey. 3-on-3. Health advantage heavily in favor of Navi right now, but SK, they're not really committing to it. If they fall back though, look who's here. It's Seized again. He's just come alive so much in this match. There's an important kill on Taco. Now the bomb is isolated on Fallen, who has the AWP.
Can Fur come alive in the round that's going to make all the difference for his team. Guardian on the other side of that smoke doesn't really give him a chance to find a kill. He's hoping to return the kill on Seized. He's not going to spot him. And in the meantime, Seized has worked his way all the way back over towards that B site. If Fallen wanted to get clever and try and rotate over, he would be in for a pretty sad day. Instead, now it's on Fur. And he's hearing steps here in CT. He knows that Guardian is holding close. He has no idea that there's a second man on the site, however. There's the opening kill.
Oh,
Finds a shot on Guardian. 10 seconds left. Can they get the bomb planted in time? Because Simple is here to ruin him.
Yeah, out in the open. The bomb gets dropped, and that pretty much cancels out the round. Headshot from Simple. He did not really need to do that, but still going to work out 21 rounds for Navi. One more, and they're going to steal away this first map after quite the struggle. And that was finally another good round for Fur. He got the double kill. He's getting close to 40 now, but Seized and Simple. I mean, I think especially Seized, considering that he was bottom of the scoreboard in regulation, he has just really come in strong for his team.
You know what I think, though, is that Fallen messed up his Molotov. The Molotov went out, but he put it into Tetris. And so Flamey was able to duel with Cold. Cold wasn't able to help the push in jungle, right? All these sorts of things kind of fall out.
I think that was a Molotov from TT Spawn. I think that was Navi's Molotov that landed towards Tetris. I think they were afraid that someone come out of ramp. We can get the replay at some point. I think it was.
Regardless, in this round, the HE gonna go sailing past. Fur breathes a sigh of relief.
Look at the timing though. Guardian, no chance at all. Here's Fur back in the mix. Can he really get them into triple overtime? There's another headshot, taking down Edward. He almost had the grenade out then. Gonna be very careful. Pulls out the AK. The flashbang's in. Fur getting another kill. Might be looking at triple OT. Sprays in, but finally they managed to take him out. Doesn't feel like it's anywhere near on time.
Simple still alive though. He's at the bench on B site. He can definitely do this. It's not over yet, Anders. Because that bomb plant, as soon as he hears it, he's going to go for the peek. There you go, one free kill, and he knows there's a second man on the site, and so he's going to go in and take that kill as well. 2 headshots for Simple. Could go for the third, but it's not going to happen. Flamey is so low, but he's outside already. He's got the angle here, 30 seconds left, and nobody is here to help Fallen. Had Flamey hit that shot, it could have been the end.
Oh, there's the return. Triple overtime. 30 kills for Fur. You see just what he's worth in a round like that. My God. I'm just realizing as well, Semler, and I've noticed this on Twitter as well before we went into the game, a lot of people saying, you know what, it's kind of late in Europe. In fact, you know, we're getting into like the early hours in the morning. I'll just stay up and watch this last game. Those people really are going to be taken for a ride here. Lerp is one of them, I think.
Yeah.
I'll stay up just another hour or two, it'll be fine.
I was going to watch the VOD, but yeah.
But no.
It's good. It's all good. It's Sunday tomorrow, Anders. You sleep in, you have your brunch, and guess what? You'll have more CT by the time you wake up. More CS, rather.
Yeah,
perfect.
You'll get the rematch of the major grand finals. That you do not want to miss.
It's going to be unreal.
So here we are. Third overtime. Guardian smoked off. Pretty much business as usual. And Edward, not really willing to play on that side of the smoke. Fur very nearly could have gone down.
What was that? He messes up his HE. He would have had the kill for sure there on Fur. Instead, Fur survives with 29 HP, having given enough ground. Guardian worried about the boost. But you have Edward. Oh, that stomp. That's so much noise. How does he do it, though? 2 kills for Edward. That is not supposed to happen.
No, as soon as you make that drop down, your position is compromised. And Edward, he just doesn't care. He's been playing very well on Catwalk, too. Fur and Fallen. 2 versus 4. Now we don't need to do anything, especially with that position that Seized was in. If he had just stayed up there, he could have listened for the bomb plant, and then they would have won the round right away. That's a big risk to take.
That's unreal. Edward has just changed everything here. Flamey, Simple, and Guardian still alive for Navi. 40 seconds in the round, and the bomb is rotated back up to B. Fur in jungle, though, he's going to have a field day. If Fallen can land the shot, that's going to open things up.
The timing.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Ah, Simple.
He walks away just as the Brazilian captain gets into position. Molotov in the back, trying to make sure no one is there. 20 seconds left. The bomb will be planted. And look at where first holding. He takes down Flamey over at the A side of the map. But that also means Navi know when this bomb goes down that Fur is too far away to do anything. So Fallen has to hold his own for a good 10 seconds here. Otherwise, the backup won't be there in time. He's scoped up. Are they going to walk in front? He gets the flick on one, pulls out the Tech 9. He knows they're right there. And Guardian gets the kill. But then Fur comes in with a double. And SK win the round. You could not plan that any better.
How insanely frustrating for Edward after everything you did that round, the 2 kills, the damage that you did on the 3rd man, and still Fallen is able to hold his own. And it looks like Fallen finally arrived, but this is unbelievable. Phelps and Cold are kicking themselves. You lose one guy, fair enough. He should never get both kills though. A big mistake that allowed for some room there, but 22 rounds now for SK Gaming. Fallen top mid, looking to see if he can find a kill, and Fallen's actually catching up. He's woken up here. He's at 23 kills now.
Absolutely is. But everybody is playing this game. There's no one who's mentally absent. There's no one who seems to be sleeping any longer. What a way to get started. A very, very important quarterfinals. Deciding who gets to play North in the semifinals, which no matter who goes through, also will be an incredible game. Mid-control once again in favor of SK. Something that Navi have shown time and again in regulation too. They're quite willing to surrender the window, even connector. And Seized goes down to Fallen. And that was all the way over at the B hallways. Seized trying to be adventurous on that side.
Yarnan has been effective from Toll Booth in the past though. But we're seeing some real patience here from SK Gaming. Taking their time, knowing that the pressure is on Navi to make a play.
I'm worried about the clock now, though. I feel like it's great to be patient, but with 30 seconds left, and the fact that there are 3 people on this side of the map, which SK are about to find out, that could leave them very little time. They actually failed the boost a couple of times. Phelps, his gun is going to show before he goes in. Simple should have every chance. Phelps just too quick, runs in with the AK, gets the kill. Guardian with a great refrag, taking down one. He almost gets that shot in. Trying to see if they can get this bomb plant through in the last 10 seconds. Guardian pushing up. He gets that shot and looking for one more. It's Edward coming in from behind. And Navi gonna win the round. Being a man down didn't even matter. Just almost no time for SK to win that round.
It's just that SK have been going A so often that it seems that Navi are just confident in having Flamey in that corner the entire time. Just leave a guy lurking. Let Guardian draw the attention to himself. Leave a guy lurk on the site. And SK, sure enough, will make their way to A nearly every time. Ooh. 22 to 22. Again. Quad overtime?
I don't see why not. We're here now, so let's just keep going. A bit more aggressive from Flamey on that side. Right there, Cold Zero is waiting. That could have been a very bad way to start a round. And indeed, Cold Zero hears him running away. Gonna go and pick up the kill nonetheless. Some grenades coming in here, but Guardian not even afraid to peek. And what are they doing? First coming in through underpass. And Phelps just making sure, I think, that no one is sneaking in middle. Again, we're running the clock up, down, but I think they're going to be able to crunch this A bomb site really well. In fact,
yes.
How can Navi possibly defend this?
Seized is overthinking things now. He's thinking that they're going to wrap back to B because they got slapped on A last round. He's got 2 guys there with Simple very close to rotate. It is only Guardian here this time around. There is no trap set for SK Gaming. Instead, all they need to do is move through together as a unit, get those nades in play. They have the nade advantage, Fur and Taco.
Trying for the peak. No one hitting anything just yet. Guardian calling for the backup. He knows they're coming. Flashes are in. He can't really see much of anything. And now SK, the bomb is being brought out here. 25 seconds left. Not again, SK. Where's the bomb plant? They got to be careful for Catwalk as well. Guardian, nothing being shown. He can't see a single thing. The grenades are in. Taco, he goes down. Guardian with a kill on Fallen. And now somehow SK are losing members left and right. Simple's down finally. Guardian getting that kill in. And Phelps gets the return on Flamey. Osiri on Edward. And now it's all on Guardian. Can he actually get this defuse home? He's got the kit. The flick not going to hit. And he's out of luck and out of time. And SK will win it. 22 rounds, 23 rounds for them. This is every round now is just so close.
Can they pick up 2 rounds, though? SK Gaming, when they swap on a CT.
We're about to find out. This is the fact that SK are running these rounds so close. Edward, who was coming in from catwalk there, even though they have smokes up towards connector, imagine if he just gets the spray on the guy putting down the bomb. I mean, at that point, you have almost no time to recover it.
I'm glad that we're seeing SK back on CT, though, because we're like towards the end there in those last 2 rounds of T side, it just felt very, very hesitant on SK's side. Not really moving together, like a lot of stutter stepping, a lot of jiggle peeking, not really just, you know, moving out and taking fights, what we've seen them do in the past. So now they're on the CT side, and it's Navi. Look at this aggression, though. Fur and Phelps underpass, peek together. Nobody is there because it's going to be action A. Fallen not going to hit the shot, but he has the info at least, knowing somebody's camping connector.
Oh, he saw the top of the helmet, but unable to actually get that frag.
That would have been a monster kill.
But look at how aggressive Navi are in the connector. And so early on in the round, this could catch SK completely off guard. They're going to be on the bomb site with almost no warning. There are no smokes going down yet. Finally, there's going to be one. But Edward, he's in jungle as well. They've got so much control right now, Navi. You're right. There is a huge flank coming in from Fur. That might actually be the only thing that could save SK right now. Phelps walking in, shooting. Simple in the back. That drops the bomb. And now here is Fur. Goes for the long distance spray. Takes down one. Tries to follow up on Flamey. A bit sloppy. And that allows for Fur and also for Phelps to go down. Fallen and Cold Sierra trying to come back. And now Guardian in a 1-on-3. He hears that, but he misses the chance. So uncharacteristic.
Wow, Taco actually doesn't even take the fight. 35 seconds left, though. And they're all spread out. Cold has got the angle from short, though, with that AWP. So he'll be waiting. Taco trying to bait some kind of a response out of Guardian. It looks like Guardian is just going to take the fight to him. No reason, though, for SK to take any risks. Cold out in the open, gets caught by Guardian. Taco and Fallen now 1v2 in the retake. They both have kits. They have plenty of time. Now it's just going to be a 3-2-1 go. Peek together at the same time, put the pressure on Guardian and force him to make the mistake, and it will happen. Fallen finds a headshot in the end.
It's very, very good timing for the last 2 SK players there. You've got to put the Brazilian team at 24 rounds, 1 away from taking the first map here in triple overtime. We've been here before, but it feels like this time the pressure is a bit more on Navi.
There we go.
The fans are certainly ready. The SK fans being really loud down at the venue.
45 kills for Fur, though. He's definitely started to wake up a bit here. He cooled off for a while, but now he's having an impact. Phelps, the spray, he's taking a risk, and it actually works. Edward down to half HP already. And there's that flash, the same exact flash that we saw from Guardian, in fact, earlier on during regulation. Now he's got the angle. Cold, perfectly comfortable with returning the favor, though. Guardian gonna have to back off.
Yeah, a bit of a battle between the 2 different snipers. Phelps gonna be denied the information for now. And oddly enough, Guardian is the one leading the charge with the AWP. Are they gonna try and see if they can maybe double peek the connector? He sees the gun barrel, he must see the gun barrel there. Very tempting for Fur to go for the fight, but he's gonna stay in the corner. That must be a hard instinct to fight there. He knows that if he walks out and catches them as they're boosted, that could be the round and the map.
But the second man there makes all of the difference. And well, more importantly, he knows that 2 players are mid right there, so there's some information for SK to build off of. Cold goes for the peek, the info peek in mid.
Again, the A defense is so light for SK, but they've already proven that they can retake the bomb site. They're not worried about Navi getting on here. They're just going to go in and defuse the bomb. Guardian down and out. Fallen getting the opening frag here of the round. Phelps will follow up, taking down Edward, revenging Fur, who went down 4 versus 3, and only 20 seconds left. This could very, very well be it. How do they get in and defuse or get that bomb plant? 18 seconds. They don't have the control yet. Fallen gets a kill. All on Simple. 1 versus 3 and just 10 seconds on the clock. He's got the AK. Goes for the spray, but Taco will take him down. 25 rounds. And finally, Mirage comes to an end as SK win it. First map of the last quarterfinals here. DreamHack Masters Las Vegas. Certainly got your money's worth for this one.
Yeah, it was a long wait. It's been a lot of one-sided quarterfinals all day long, and now Both of these teams going the distance and then some. Navi, though, what a crushing defeat on their map as well. We're going into Train next. It's going to be SK's turf, and they're going to be on, I mean, well, they're not going to be on Cloud9. Cloud9 aren't here, sadly. But
conjures up some strange mental images, Semla.
I know, right? It is actually like, why do we have that team? Can't use that expression. Whatever. They're going to be feeling great. This is where now it's SK going into your own map. You just won a massive, massive match there.
Yeah, I'm so impressed. I was kind of on the side of the panelists who were saying probably a quick 2-0, probably SK just a better team. I thought Navi had been looking pretty weird throughout this whole group stage, but this is a different version of Navi. Very exciting now. Question is if they can bring it on the second map. I mean, they can play Train.
Navi can play Train, yes. But that is really SK, where they are so comfortable. And then you have the X factor of Phelps. Where are they putting Phelps? How is his new style going to come in? How is that going to change it up? You might be used to old SK and how they play Train. Now they have this X factor in there that's going to be very interesting to see.
It could work that way. It could also work against them. It could also just be that Phelps version of SK is going to be, you know, not quite as good. Who knows? It's going to be a learning experience, I feel like. It is going to be coming up right after this. So stay with us. The second map of the quarterfinals, and we'll be right back.
Counter-Strike is sharing incredible moments with us and will return to a memorable place. Get your tickets now at proleague.com/Dallas.
How do I put this on, Elvis? Is this the wrong way?
Yeah, that's good.
Is it perfect?
It's perfect.
Yeah. So, Sean, What are the expectations for this tournament?
Dude, I think our expectations right now is it'd be great to get out of groups for us. It'd be like a huge accomplishment. We put in a lot of work to try to match the maps of the teams in our groups right now, like what they like to play, be ready for them. So I think getting out of groups would be huge for us.
Sean, what do you think of Las Vegas? Is it your first time here?
No, I've been to Las Vegas a few times. It's nice.
I love the way you said no. It was like, no.
Changing subjects. I actually got engaged 1 year ago today.
Oh, congratulations. That's pretty momentous, right? Yeah. You feeling the love in the air?
Feeling it.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm feeling it next to you, man. I'm feeling it. Ooh.
First time here, right?
Why is my... Yeah.
Don't spend all your money on one girl.
You said the same thing to Hiko. And
you just don't listen, though. You just don't listen.
But we haven't...
Elvis, you're such a hound dog.
You're a hound dog.
You know, my buddy almost got married here a while ago. He came this close to getting married. We were at the chapel and everything, and he backed out. I'm still upset about that.
Yeah, I told your friend Hiko.
Oh, Hiko. What happened with you two?
Well, you know how it is. You know.
I really don't, though.
Thank you, guys. We're getting married today. We're getting married. I think she was jealous, man, of me getting married to you. She's like, I want some of that Shawnee G.
It sounds like a DJ. We got a lot of DJs here.
I got the
Best hotels in the world, sir.
One of the best, right, Elvis?
Sean, good luck to you, sir, and hope you win all $850,000.
Well, that's not possible.
You'll be the king if you win that.
Yes.
Apollo, sir, it's been fun. Apollo, when you find the right one, come back and get married for real, sir.
I will. Thank you so much, Sean. Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
All right. Now, I want you to keep those glasses, and when you get home to your girlfriend or your soon-to-be wife...
He has a fiancé.
I'll tell you the secret to him. Put those on right before you go to bed at night.
Oh, God.
DreamHack Masters Las Vegas is brought to you by Asus, Republic of Gamers, HyperX, Monster Energy, live at MGM Grand.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's SK and Navi for the final quarterfinals here at DreamHack Masters Las Vegas, and it has been an unreal beginning to this quarterfinals. It was on Mirage, and SK took it in 3 overtimes. Now we go on to their map pick, which is going to be on Train.
And now we're going to see if Navi can break the trend that we've seen in the past, right? It happens all the time in best of threes. You go close, you go the distance, you go to overtime. You put everything you've got to win that first match, and if you lose it, you're just so deflated. Going into the second map, it's so hard to get your head back into that game. And so this is a true test now for Navi. They're going onto SK's map. SK are obviously going to be fired up and confident. How are Navi going to handle this?
Yeah, I think you're right. It will be very tough, I think, for Navi. They played better than I was expecting by a lot, in fact.
Yeah, no, that was an excellent Navi. I mean, they've had great scorelines so far on Mirage. Throughout the groups, Navi looked really solid on it. But, I mean, you're talking about SK. It's not, right? I mean, it's just not going to be as easy.
No, I think it definitely won't be. But, again, you know, I feel like with Phelps in the lineup, some things can work differently. I mean, I'm impressed by the fact that they've managed to become such a good team after having swapped out FNX so quickly. But again, that's something that Fallen apparently just has a natural talent for, is picking up these new players and making them fit in the team so fast. But can he do it on every map? You know, it's one thing that they sort of, I'm just not sure yet. I want to see it, and obviously you have to give Fallen credit at this point that he's done it so many times. You almost have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, he is definitely one of the best in-game leaders, if not the best in-game leader in the world right now. I mean, there are others up there who could challenge him. Definitely MSL right now, as far as the tactics are concerned. Even MSL on an individual level, this tournament has been fantastic. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, there are in-game leaders like that. Fallen, definitely one of the best. Just glad to see that things are actually coming together for both of these rosters. I was a bit worried coming into this that Navi wouldn't have the kind of shape, the mental fortitude to go toe-to-toe with SK.
Speaking of which, whoever wins this is going to end up playing against North and MSL and all the rest of them. So
exactly.
That will be very interesting too. Obviously, the other semi-final that we have is Astralis and Virtus Pro. Don't need to say anything about that. You already know just from the lineup how good that's going to be. It will be on Train, and from the looks of things, Navi will start on the T side and SK are going to be on the CT side. So I'm very intrigued. We've seen some truly grueling CT sides from SK where they lock down the map, they don't let anyone in, and you just can't get in anywhere across the map. But
yes,
I don't know, Navi, they look like they had discovered something in that first match.
No, that's I mean, they had an excellent T side on, but that's really just Mirage, I think, for Navi. It felt really like they had managed to figure out a new style, the game plan they got. Everybody was hitting their shots as well for Navi, which was very interesting. And Seized in particular stepped up. He definitely stood out for me. He's struggled so much with the in-game leader role ever since Simple has joined, ever since the Valve ruling forced Starix to take a back seat where he couldn't call in-game anymore. Seized unwillingly took over that role, but he was the only one who could do it on the team. I'm so happy to see that on an individual level, today he performed.
You see the group huddle there, and it's also become, I think, almost a brand for them at this point. We always see this, and I don't know, we probably don't have a microphone that's close enough, but you always hear them shouting at the end. They really get hyped up.
1, 2, 3 SK.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering. So they are obviously speaking in Portuguese.
Couldn't they have come up with something better, I wonder?
For a while there, I mean, none of us actually understood what they were saying, right? It was just like, oh man, really wonder. And then, yeah, I was just like, actually, we're just saying 1, 2, 3. Our teammate.
Oh man, I'm getting ready for this one. I think both Moses and Yanko were saying 2-0. I think Duncan was saying 2-1. Just in case you forgot, so we're obviously not doing the analyst desk in between the maps here, because then it'll be very late. I had a bunch of tweets from people saying it's, yeah, you know, Central European, about 5 o'clock in the morning now, getting close at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for everyone who's still sticking in and watching. I think so far it's been worth it to stay up.
Don't do it, Flavey. Don't change anything. Sometimes you got to play. They're like, oh, no, man, I was missing my shots. Quick, I got to change resolution. Got to change my mouse sense. No.
Surely not in the middle of a quarterfinals, right?
I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world. Knife is over, and it looks like we're getting ready to hop in the game here, guys. The countdown has begun. We're going to be getting into the pistol in just a few seconds. And yeah, there's Flamey. He had an uncanny ability to get out through A pit on that A site, on T sides, right? Create space for Navi. We're going to see how he's going to fare here on train, considering they're starting on T side Navi. So I guess one thing is you can say is that Navi will get to set the pace, but I think very early on we're going to see what they're capable of here. If they're going to be able to get their heads fresh after that first map, that grueling overtime map.
Already, it's interesting. 2 Molotovs and a smoke. Fallen has a smoke as well. If you're used to watching Counter-Strike, you already know what's on my mind. It's the idea of planting B and just keeping the fire burning on it. The tag showing they're not welcome on the ramp, but Cold Zero has already gone down. Taco left cowering back into the bomb site, just has to run, try and stay alive. What a flick to take down Simple, but I'm not sure it's enough. Edward, again with the pistol, he's such a beast, jumping up on the train, following through on the smoke. He nearly gets the triple. Now it's a 2-on-3. Fur and Phelps, can they possibly retake this? There's still that Molotov, and they don't have the smoke currently picked up. That one Molotov can ruin this whole round for SK. What are they doing?
Yeah, what are they doing? Are they expecting some kind of flank? They don't have all the info. Obviously, Seized. He's going to throw that Molotov now, pretty much, and that's gonna snuff this round. Phelps has found the kit. They have that to go with at least, and Fur looking for the fight, but he's not going to get it. Guardian, another kill for him. That's 2. Can he make it 3? Because Phelps is battling with them, but Phelps is roasting alive.
No chance at all. He taps the bomb once, he gets the headshot, but there isn't enough time. He knows it. Pure surrender coming out of Phelps here. The plan worked more or less to perfection. The fact that they got the first frag on upper there meant they only had to worry about Taco. What a round from Navi. And this, I think, is critical. We've talked about this so many times, but they come out swinging like that after the triple overtime. Great sign.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm looking for a match here. This is going to be good. 3 rifles, 2 UMPs for Navi. They aren't messing around either. Not going to skimp in any way. And a good nade count. But once again, it is a little bit of a slower pace, but they could be set up for a split onto A here. The bomb in main, Seized, getting set up for the flash, and Edward going to win the duel versus Phelps.
How did he not just go down? Taco will follow up, so they just could not escape the Mag 7 at the end. Seized and Guardian 2-on-4. This round is falling apart, and Cold Zero, there's the Deagle headshot. Triple kill for him at the moment. Just looking for the last one of the quad here. Seized will go down to Fallen instead. So SK bring it right back. Aggressive positioning with the Mag 7 and then Cold Zero with the triple kill.
Unbelievable. Cold more than makes up for his performance in the pistol. This is sick work from him, and as soon as Guardian is pinned down with that bomb, it is so difficult for Navi to fight their way out, especially after having committed all the utility to actually getting out onto the site. What a round from Cold. He just made the difference for his team. And now, do we get to see the trademark CT side from SK Gaming, where it's just the lockdown. Phelps gets the first, gets the second. They aren't able to trade. Simple, he's going to be fuming.
Always dangerous to follow more people down that ladder. We've definitely seen people pick up both triples and quads when you just go down one at a time with no flashbangs or anything. Shame, because if they had got pop dog control, they would have been able to sandwich onto the bomb side and get the bomb down based on this wall of smokes that's about to land right here at A. Now, they're just coming in from one angle, and I just doubt it'll work.
Good comms. Good comms, though. Doesn't mean that SK over-rotated towards B. In fact, they're going to have 4 players here. Can they deny the bomb plant? Yes, they can. Fur just there in the nick of time. Great communication there from SK Gaming. You can see the thought process there where they were thinking, okay, do I need to rotate over towards B? Is this the time? But as soon as you count how many smokes are actually coming in, even in the air, you're seeing 3 nades? Right, okay, we know where they are. This is what's going to happen. And a very quick reaction there from SK Gaming, really giving Navi nothing to work with in that round.
No bomb plant, no money. Not that they could have bought anything, but it will obviously help them in the upcoming round. AWP really early on Fallen here. And he tends to play over by that Ivy position, and he's so good at playing that one. And he's got Cold already actually going to be checking towards T-spawn, so he knows no one is on that side of the map. Phelps is realizing that's because they're all here. Still picks up 2 quick kills. Taco there in the back, and also with the flashbang in. Edward finding a hard time returning the frags when he can't see anything.
Do not risk that AK, Taco. It is time to back off. Fur, though, might get caught here. Does get the shot onto Edward. He was so very low on HP, and he's going for the hero knife. You got to try everything, Anders. You got to try. Can't fault him for that.
Would have been good.
But that's some aggression right there. Not going to work, though, but that is some aggressive play, and it's aggressive play on all fronts, really. Do you really want to go close quarters when you know that Navi are going to be on pistols in the round? You're pushing Brown Halls, Cold pushing Ali. He could have walked right into 2 people, and they could have gunned him down and picked up his gun, his rifle. So, I mean, risks being taken here by SK Gaming, but they're just trying to pummel Navi right now. Trying to put as much mental pressure as possible on the mix, the CIS mix team. Can't really say Ukrainian anymore.
No, they're a bit all over the place, aren't they? Taco gonna go for an early grenade. Doesn't really do that much. And Navi could not afford the AWP. Because they didn't get the bomb plants down in time, they were lacking the money. Probably would have been glass cannon anyway for Guardian, but I think it would have been worth it. Edward trying to see if he could click far away, and that's gonna be very successful. That leaves alone on the bomb site Taco. And he's needs some backup quick. He's actually gonna go before his teammates show up, and that might have been a mistake. Now SKF gotta fall back. There's no chance.
That snuffs the round right there. Oh, what cool work coming in from Edward. Just calmly tapping far away. The boost, clever stuff, but unfortunately Cold loses his teammate. Fallen is gone. Bit of a dive there. Quick thinking from Cold to save that AWP and start backing off, but Navi are already out hunting. Phelps has got a decent spot where they'll have to come at him one at a time. And Cold on the other side of the map. Now the question is whether they can actually save these guns, and Phelps is doubting himself. He's going to go back into the open. This is not going to work out for him. Somehow he makes it. How does he get the second kill on Seized?
It looked like the timing was the worst possible, but somehow he still lives. And Cold will too with the AWP, so making the most out of a terrible situation there is SK. Still 3-2 the scoreline, and yeah, Edward just getting out on upper that quick, and because Taco's holding down on the low ground, he can't really help out. So as soon as he's alone on the bomb site, I think that's the main problem, is that he sort of panicked a bit and went for that fight before his teammates in the C connector were there, and once Taco's down, they can't even get into the bomb site anymore.
Yeah, it's over. He is the linchpin at that point. That's also a failure on Fur's part, not winning the duel versus Edward, hardly doing any damage at all to Edward. But hey, more aggression. That's the key. Cold this time with the AWP, the easiest shot of his life on Edward. There will be no star performance from Edward this round. They're looking to try and follow up on this very quickly, however, Navi. Pushing all the way down the ramp, and that's going to cost him further to take down Seized. And Taco with that HE does tremendous damage, follows it up with some bullets too, why not?
Spray down the transfer right in the face of Simple. Very well done. Taco, that's about time. He ends up playing predictably in that position where he's sort of playing close, then he falls back to the same train every time. Must be very careful, but this time he certainly switched it up. This is a very good transfer here.
That's clean work. Flamey is going to be fuming because that's his usual spot. He loves to play from that angle, and you can see it turns it into a headshot angle. Very difficult for Navi, whereas Taco obviously has their whole body to shoot at. He can just spray and pray. Solid work. HE just peppering Flamey, not too much there. But an eco round now for Navi going into the 7th. It's a 4-2 round. And Cold, once again, aggro. I love it. Going Brown Halls like that early.
This definitely presents a new challenge for Navi, because before they only had to worry about falling over at Ivy with the AWP. Now there's Cold Zero on the other side of the map. That means they have to use a lot more tools. Nice one dig from Flamey. But yeah, they've got to use more tools now to make sure those AWPs can't just get free reign. And you got to put down smokes and Molotovs early, and then you don't have them later potentially. So curious about how they're going to deal with that.
This has got to be so deflating for Navi. You win the pistol, you're thinking, great, this is it. You clutch it no less. I mean, that's how you get fired up. And then to lose in the following round, now your life has basically become a nightmare. The double HE towards main, they mess one up, but Phelps, again, very quickly into Pop Dog. I don't know, this is a bit much for Taco, really. 2 rounds in a row for Cold going for the peak there. Glad that he showed some restraint and he didn't commit, because Navi were definitely ready to punish anybody peeking there.
It's really weird. I think Cole was all the way over on the A side. Fallen going to pick up the shot as well. That's just, I don't know why they would put both the AWPs down Ivy. But they did. Cold finding a second kill as he rotates back to the A-bomb site. So now it's Simple and Guardian left. 2 versus 5. And this is the fear that anyone on the Navi side would have had going into this game. This CT side from SK is so hard to break. In the beginning, they didn't quite have the utility or all the rifles to deal with it. Now they've had a couple of really good rounds, and the money is, quite frankly, out of control for SK. They have all but one got plus $10,000 in the bank.
And this is what maybe is going on here. Edward doing a lot of talking. Starks and Seized not looking too happy. And they need to, I mean, this is almost where I want to see like a throwback to old Existence days, right? Before there were timeouts in CS, if you had a hard eco, Existence, the Belgian leader, he would actually use hard ecos like this as timeouts. Just jump around and T-spawn, run the clock down and talk the round over. But now with only 1 2-minute timeout, you know that Navi would want to call a timeout right now. They're just trying to save it until later.
Oh, wallbang coming out there. You could see Phelps.
Please, teammate.
Bit aggressive. Fur actually goes down. It's not bad. Again, any damage, any rifles that can be stolen, any little inch here. Navi don't need a huge amount of rounds on the first half. Just even 5 would do. They would stay competitive in the map. So they just need to think about how to grind some of those rounds out. The fact that they've already have 2 rounds is not that bad at all. And there's Simple taking down Cold Sierra. 2-on-3, and there's Edward with another headshot. Simple will be going down. Otherwise, they maybe could have sandwiched Fallen in, but now Edward's going to go down. Just lack of armor. Ends up losing him his life. That was a round that was much closer than it needed to be.
Jeez, the money that SK have, though. Unreal. This has been going so well. They've been keeping players alive. 2 guys fully bought up. 3, in fact, above $10,000 still in the bank. The other 2, 8,500, 6,700 on Ferret. I mean, that's ridiculous. SK have very little to worry about at this point. They lose a round, they'll bounce right back. Fallen looking to buy a little bit of time with the flash, and he's got that angle once again on Ali. Where is Cold on the map? He doesn't have an op this round.
This is so aggressive from Taco. Grenade, and then he tries to run up behind it. If they had been spraying through the smoke, then he would have run right into it. Now Navi, again, slowing it down. What can they come up with? It seems like right now what they're doing is simply setting up all across the map and waiting to see if SK will go aggressive anywhere. And that's going to be fine for the next 40 or so seconds, but after that, they need to make up their minds.
They're doing a very good job of managing their nade economy, though, Navi. Have to give them that. 5 smokes still in play. They had 3 Molotovs. Edward just threw 1 out. I mean, they're doing a very good job of saving up, and when it is going to come down to the B execute, they'll have everything they need. But 3 players are here right now for SK Gaming. With Cold Zera already in Pop Dog, very quick rotate is possible here.
This won't be an easy side to take at all. They have no idea right now, Navi. They have no information to indicate that there's going to be this many people waiting. Fur hiding in the corner, the quick trade there. Edward for Cold Sierra. First, still waiting by the ladder. He's going to be crouching right in. Actually falls back down. He gets the headshot, takes down Flamey, dropping the bomb, turning around the 180 spray, and Fur with a quick double. 25 seconds here, and Seized is charging in with a knife out. He pretty much has to. If he wants to try and win this 1v2, it's going to be full speed, jumping down the ramp and making quite a bit of noise. And on the other side, Fur going to close the round out. Triple for him. No one even doing any damage at all.
I wish that we had Simple's perspective, though. Did you see that? He had 2 kills before Fur could go for the 180 and get rid of him. What was happening there? How did Simple get those 2? But Guardian, you have to give it to Guardian. Committing 2 players to Pop Dog that late in the round from Navi. You could see that SK, they had the 2 additional players on B. They were starting to rotate towards A, and that's where Simple gets the kills. Taco and Phelps. Cotton Connector. Confusing, very tight round there, but still able to make it work. 8-2, and Cold aggro 3 players here. This could be big. He's going to charge it right behind him. There's the one. He drops the bomb carrier.
He doesn't realize there's another guy behind him, so C's going to be walking in, UMP in hand, and Cold must be feeling pretty safe at the moment from this angle. Seized, almost missing the opportunity there. He at least gets the 1 kill, but now they're all right on the other side waiting for him. And even with that grenade, they know exactly where he is, so he's completely trapped. He can't even fall back into T-spawn either. And that will be the round. Fallen with a triple, SK 9-2. And if you, I mean, at the scoreboard here, it's just become sort of a wall of blue. 6 rounds in a row here for SK Gaming. This is what everyone was worried about.
And there it is, the timeout. Seas decides enough is enough. We need to slow things down. Every single time that Cold is going aggro right now, he's finding a target. He's finding a pick. This is getting wild. And yeah, we do have Simple's perspective. Awesome. There's one. That was like the longest fight, actually. He was out there for ages.
Yeah, the fact that he gets the headshot on Phelps is ridiculous. Speaking of Phelps, just because we were talking about whether or not, you know, they would be better or worse or roughly the same on playing on this map with the new player, they've got 13 kills on Phelps alone. He's actually top fragging in the server, so he's definitely not suffering at all from playing on Train.
But again, look at this, Anders. They're all like, this is when you know it's very scary. And Navi had this quality in the first half, in Mirage as well, in the first half going into the second half, where it was everybody within 2 to 3 kills of each other across the board. There wasn't just this one hard carry. It's flipped. SK Gaming, you got Phelps at the top with 13, but then Taco is last with 8. Everybody else is in between. Whereas Flamey has got 1 single kill, Anders.
Yeah, not enough. They obviously need every single player. I mean, they had everybody playing when they were on Mirage, and still they lost eventually. So if 1 or 2 players here is out, I think C's is also struggling, then you can tell what's happening here. SK are very quickly moving towards the semifinals. Man, it would be very interesting to see what would happen between North and SK.
Absolutely. There is a level of parity there when it comes to aim and firepower. Config and Magisk going toe-to-toe with Cold. And well, I mean, whoever, at this point, I mean, Fer has already given us a star performance today. We can see Fer, we can see Cold, we can see Fallen, even Vaco.
Ready and waiting. 10 seconds left in the timeout here. Navi about to go into a round where they've got plenty of grenades. They've got the AWP on Guardian. Those are really good signs. The UMP on Simple, I don't think it's enough to really worry about. I think the main problem is still just them getting onto the bomb sites. They're not even losing the afterplants here. They're just not even being allowed onto the sites. Here it is.
Yeah, if you do look, ow.
12th round is coming in. The bomb dropped far back. Navi still just looking for an early frag on anyone that they can. Cold showing himself over at top B. And that slows Navi down. Again, just the fact that he's there for a quick peek means they have to be a bit worried.
This has been so dominant, Anders. In the 9th and 10th round, SK Gaming survived with 2 players. That is the lowest they've been. Otherwise, all the other rounds are 4 players with a couple of 3s mixed in. That's unreal. SK are just so dominant on this map when it comes to their CT side. 9-2. Fallen attempts the shot, but he's smart. He's going to be able to fall back from that position. Very clever stuff. Doesn't overcommit.
And on the other side, no reason, I think, why they're shooting through this smoke right now. Very dangerous if you end up losing that battle. Taco will be going down to Guardian, so that is finally a good start here for Navi. 50 seconds, can they build anything based on this? Look at how many people are stacked on the A side here. Even Cold Zero, who's kind of looking into B, can be at the A bomb side in a couple of seconds. So Navi, with a man lead, probably feel like, look, they can't surely all be in A bomb side, but the fact is they can. And that smoke going up at 30 seconds left in main means how are they going to make their way through? SK have such a good read on this round. It's kind of scary. Phelps will be going down at least. So Simple picking up that kill. Fer takes down 1. The bomb trying to make its way through on Edward, and he gets that very important kill. Otherwise, they would have had to try and retrieve the bomb. Sees it down next. 2 on 3. This should be Navi's round. It's all looking perfect at the moment. And Fallen, he can't stop the bomb from going down, but he gets the kill on Edward right after. Goes for a second one, taking down Flamey, and now Simple 1 versus 2. Suddenly, it turns against them, and he tries to get the sprays, hiding behind the electric box here. There's so much time still left on that bomb. Very, very hard for him to stay alive here.
And both have kits on SK as well, so there is time to work with. There's the pig. Simple plays the angle, but Cold hits the shot. And Simple, that's so difficult. He did everything right. He gets that 1v1 duel. He just happens to run into the one man with the AWP, and Cold doesn't miss. And what looked like such a strong start. Here's the Fallen that was missing from SK on Mirage. The high impact kills coming in, making the difference for his team when they need him. He's not falling behind this time around. He's at 12 kills, right behind Phelps.
Again, devastating for Navi. They get the entry. They go for a very good attack onto the A-bomb side, and the whole SK team is just waiting for them. Ultimately, that is also what contributed to that round. for the Brazilian side. And again, very heavy stack on the A-bomb side.
Yeah, 10-2. This is it. Cold there with the opening kill. Phelps, even falling, finds a headshot on Edward. Cold Zero, a second kill for him. Navi, they aren't able to trade effectively. They don't have anything going their way. Seized on 40 HP in a 1v3 now. At least he has the bomb. But what do you really hope to do? Because they can leave 2 players on A and just rotate a man connector on B to keep an eye on things there.
I think they just saw where he was. Phelps up on that train. Definitely realizing he can play a deep mind game. He doesn't have to stay in main. Fallen back and he does actually get tagged up. So not an easy life right now for Seized. That's that one, the last round where they got the bomb. That's the only bomb plant they've had yet. Every other round has been all kills for SK Gaming.
Just silly.
Yeah, that says something about the magnitude of the defense here for the Brazilian side. 40 seconds left. Seized would love it if someone would go and fight him.
35 seconds left. They are thinking that he did go B, though. But still, superior numbers should mean that SK will prevail. This is all down to Seized hitting his shot when the time comes. 20 seconds left. He's leaving himself so little room for error now. There's a man in Pop Dog as well, and Phelps peaks at just the right time. Nothing Seized could do. 11-2. Another big round picked up for SK Gaming.
Absolutely amazing. It is so fun to see just how good they are still at this map, and you have to wonder what happens if they get into the finals, even the semi-finals against North. Is it going to be a sort of a thing where people just try and avoid this map once again against them? Because that happened for a while, where people just started banning it every single time. We know obviously North are not going to be playing Train anyway, but 14th round is in, and this time, can they make it work, Navi? They need the last 2 rounds, absolutely do.
Well, Taco's got he's got his Scar 20, so why not? Playing retake B right now, SK Gaming. They're figuring that Navi are just going to keep committing to A, and that certainly is the case. Phelps is still in connector, so he can back them up. They haven't seen anything yet, SK Gaming. They're still waiting to see where Navi are going to show their hand. Fur finds a headshot on Simple. We don't even see it, but sees now. He's got an angle. Can he find a shot? No, he gets surprised. Fallen and Fur ruin his day.
Now Fallen just charging in with the AWP. He doesn't even care. It's Phelps picking up another 2 kills, leaving Guardian alone. No scope, not quite connecting. Trying a bit too hard there is Fallen. Guardian will eventually go down. There's no chance at all. They also have that auto sniper in play for Taco. Phelps right now, 18 kills in 14 rounds. That is definitely not bad. And still, Flamey is stuck at 1. Caesar's got 3 kills. The rest of Navi are at least trying, but those 2 players right now are not having a fun game. That's 15 rounds in. We're just starting the 15th here. And SK are looking like, you know, after they broke it in that triple overtime, they were ready to take it on Train for sure.
Cajun is going to have to give Flamey a hug after this. He knows how it feels to have such a horrible performance. When it's all on the line, this is painful. Phelps going for the peek. He's going to get it. There's Edward. Oh, no! The headshot point blank. And then, well, man advantage now for SK Gaming.
With the UMP as well. That must be even worse if you're on the Navi side. Guardian hoping that someone will be hiding close in that corner for sneaking and catching Seized. And that should just spread panic in the Navi lineup. Now, they have no idea if Fur has moved up, if he's continuing to push in behind them. They could be locked in at the moment. I mean, we can tell that he hasn't, but for Navi, this is just a very uncomfortable position to be in.
This is very good to counter, exactly. Excellent work there, positioning from Guardian. He gets a key frag on Taco. Simple will find Phelps as well. So it's a 3-on-3, just like that.
Oh, Fallen. He had the pre-fire. He gets the kill on Simple as well. The bomb is down and Fallen comes through. 3 in a row. Almost effortless. That will make it 13-12. SK Gaming 3 rounds away from making another semi-finals after having added Phelps to the mix. They still look like a world-class team.
Oh, they look stronger than ever. It's not that they looked weak with Fox either. It's almost like the team just kept operating at such a high level.
Come on.
But yeah, Fallen, this is just all fun and games for him at this point. Clear difference between Mirage, right? He needs to put more work into Mirage to figure out how he can get comfortable to the level he is here on Train, because on Train, he's just doing work. 15 kills for him. You got to give it to Phelps though. This additional firepower from him, 19 kills at the end of the first half on Phelps. That's a monster performance.
how can Navi get back in this game? I mean, for one thing, they need Seized and Flamey. I think we've had a couple of games in the past, especially on big stages, where Flamey sort of mentally almost has like the lights just go out, where he gets really stressed. You know, he was playing so good on the first map, but you can kind of tell that this is getting to him now.
All or nothing now. 13-2. Navi won the pistol in the first half as well. That, you know, just let that sink in. Navi won the pistol, and they still only have 2 rounds going into the second half. Are SK Gaming going to be able to pick up the T-side pistol for themselves as well and really just put an end to it here? We've already had 2 16-2s so far. Are we going to get another one here, Anders?
USPs all around nearly for the Navi side. SK with a much more traditional buy. No fancy Molotovs or anything else like that. Just a single smoke there on Fallen. Edward being quite aggressive. He sees the feet of Cold Zero, but he can't really get that headshot in. Not enough showing, so just a quick little bump over at the hallways.
Quick correction. We've had 3 16-2s. Sorry. Just need to... All right.
Look at how aggressive they're being over in Brown Halls right now. Both Edward and Flamey are there. There's Edward finding Cold Zero after the first little peek. They finally managed to fight. The Guardian spots out Taco, who's over by Ivy. Edward ending up with 2 quick headshots, taking out Phelps and Fur, and now I don't see how SK can win this round. They have the time, but just 2 versus 5 at the moment. Fallen trying to get that kill, but C's showing up. And Taco battling long range. He gets a good couple of kills in, but that was never going to happen. So Navi pick up the pistol. Slow start here, but they needed that.
What they need now is to figure out what they can do for rifle rounds. You just saw it there with the pistol stats. I mean, they were at 10, now 11 pistol round wins so far this tournament. That's an obscene statistic. And so how is it that you're able to get these pistol rounds? You should be giving yourself every advantage, and yet when it comes to the rifle rounds, it's just not working for you. At least they give themselves a chance here. 13-3, 10-round lead for SK. And a force buy for SK, although, yeah, no, Fallen did actually spend all of his money. Thought that he might try and manage it a little bit, but it's not the case. They're committed here, SK.
I would be careful and stay out of the range of this scout. No reason to give him any kind of opening, especially even if he just hits the body shot, because they've got the Deagles in play as well. And there's Cold Zero, headshot on Edward. Surely not again, Navi. This happened in the first half as well, when they won the pistol and then second round got stolen away. They got to make sure that doesn't happen one more time. And SK is so comfortable. They're just slowly creeping out, but they got the bomb back there, so wherever the opening presents itself, they're going to be ready. And Cold Zero, look how far he is. He sees the feet, but Guardian shows up just in time, and Phelps goes down next. Fallen gets a headshot with the scout, but it might be too late here.
Fur, however, he can be close quarters, and they're not going to expect him to be this close. Seized, though, prepared for it somehow. Now Fur's got a FAMAS. Not going to work any better. Seized gets the headshot with the USP, and Simple will find Taco. And so they do survive. What didn't work for them in the first half, here they are successful. 2 rounds back-to-back for Navi. Doubling their round score, Anders. Let's go. You got to start somewhere.
Man. And the problem is, because they lose so many rifles, you know, Navi need to have everything. This has to be, you know, the double AWP or the AWP auto sniper with all the Molotovs and everything. They've got to be in a really comfortable position. SK not quite keeping up the pressure in this round. There's no reason why they would anyway. Seized around the corner there with the MP9. Going to do a pretty good job of taking a couple of kills. And following up is Edward coming out of Pop Dog. So, yeah, this is the sort of round that Navi really need.
Yeah, just put the SMGs in close quarters. Fur, however, will find a kill with an MP9, no less. Bonus $600 in his pocket, so he'll be pleased about that going into the next round. And we're in a 2-on-3, but still a far cry away from a successful round for SK Gaming. They could do better. If they could find another kill, actually force Navi to drop one of those rifles, then we're talking some serious damage. But right now, Navi shouldn't be too worried about the situation. SK gathered up in Pop Dog, it looks like. Brown Halls.
Navi also have a choice to make. You can tell that Flamey and Guardian, actually all of them are far enough away that they're sort of prepared for the idea that maybe SK can get in and get the bomb plant down. But the problem is, if you fight to prevent that, you could also end up losing the round completely. So now they're getting a bit closer. Still with 40 seconds left. This is not without an element of risk for Navi being this close. Simple, right at the edge of the smoke. Gonna take both of them down. No problem there with the UMP. But again, if you're holding that close to the actual site, if you end up going down, no one's going to be able to stop the bomb plant, and suddenly it's a 2-on-2. 13-5 though, and now we only lose the 2 members. Now straight double AWP for them. No hesitation. Seized with the 1, Guardian with the other, and obviously Fallen has 1 on the SK side too. They are so far behind in this game, Navi. It's still very hard to imagine they really can come back. We're going to have to see it to believe it.
I love this call from Seized though. Nobody even on B early on. In case SK really wanted to go for the pressure play, just go for the straight rush onto A site. Seized decided to rally all of his troops in the same position. That's not going to help Simple though. And Taco and Fur, 2 big kills to open up the A site. Guardian and Flamey still alive, however. Seized going to find an angle to work with. No, Flamey's only going to get the 1.
Guardian and Seized, they need to bring this back. Look how low all of SK are, but there's both the orbs left, so the health doesn't even really matter. Cold Zero, he goes down. Seized the traded places in the smoke. He can't see a thing, and Fur gets a kill. Taco with a double as well. 14-5 SK Gaming, 1 step closer to that semi-final. And it was an A attack, and they had the 4-man stack. But those 2 entries, how do you come back from that?
And it's just those 2 entries are the guys who are on the right side of the smoke for Navi. Because then what does Guardian do? He's over by Ali. He's been smoked out. So he's not going to be able to actually get in there and trade any of these kills. Everything worked perfectly for SK Gaming, despite Navi having the manpower there. A classic smoke for SK here. Between the 2 trains, going to give Taco some room to work with. Changing it up instead of going through the smoke. He's actually going to look for the flank, and he is going to find the angle on Flamey. Cold robbing him of the kill, but that's the key frag right there. Taco taking down Guardian from high.
Navi are being overrun here. SK, they can feel it coming. Simple trying for the spray, but he misses it. Cold Zero with the acrobatics in between the trains. He finally gets dropped. Seized, trying to follow it up, but Fur is there to knock him out. 15-5. Match and map point here for SK Gaming.
Yeah, it seems like we've reached the breaking point. 15-5, all out aggression. Why not from SK Gaming? Get in there, take the fight. Well played from Cole, and another no-scope. It feels like no-scopes now. I mean, the players, it's a joy to watch Magus go for spray. Like, his spray control is unreal. But now it just feels like these operas as well, when it comes to no-scopes, like they're just getting so dialed in. Fallen, Cold, Simple, doesn't matter. Even Guardian.
Seized a bit aggressive over at the brown holes. This is so rough. You could I hope you could hear the SK audience in the background, the fans down there. They obviously want their team to make another semi here. For Patience, he takes down Simple. Flamey going to be dropping Phelps. A bit of a return at least, but Guardian out here with the dual elites, not exactly an encouraging sight. He still tries to take down Fur, and somehow he's going to win the battle again. Taco standing for a moment in the fire, but they still make it a 2-on-2. The bomb is quite far back, and this is just a strange round from both teams.
Oh, this is big, though. Guardian was close enough to hear them stomping around in White Halls. And so, clearly, Flamey rotates over to B. Guardian is not going to be able to catch him coming back to A, but he is going to be very quick on the flank. This is going to get interesting. Guardian, is this going to work? Yes, he finds a key frag. Taco is down. That's the bomb dropped as well. And now you can see Cold, he has no time to play with. He's got 35 seconds left to find Guardian, and Guardian hears him coming from a mile away. Wow, insult to injury.
Cold, he's just going to challenge it. He just doesn't even care. He knows that if he waits around too long, it's not going to matter anyway. Tries to go for it. Quick Guardian up on the container, and that's a very good job. And he does it with the dualies as well. Very interesting. 15-6. If they want to play more overtimes, which by the way would be the 4th overtime in the series overall, they need to win 9 rounds in a row here, Navi. No mistakes can be made. It's possible. I mean, that's what SK Gaming actually managed to do in their first half.
Yeah, both going 10-5, 10-5 on Mirage, on T side. Here, Navi, they have the firepower necessary to set up the same kind of defense. And I love this from SK Gaming, though. SK, you know, they're not going for the force buy. They're not going to draw it out. Instead, they invest slightly in the round, but they will have the money. This is still an eco for SK Gaming. Somehow Steez gets out of there intact. I have no idea.
Guardian with the attempted flashbang. Obviously a bit of a smile on my face, but he did do it a bit too far up. He's waiting in the corner, and because he was already low, he's going to be going down to Taco. So a chance for a bomb plant here. Fallen is running in behind with it. He's quite far away at the moment, but maybe the rest of SK can buy enough time. Phelps ready for Guardian. He's going to be shot down. Oh no. 3-on-3. The bomb now making its way out Pop Dog towards the A side of the map, and they've got the kill on Flamey too. Navi, how is this falling apart for them? They had everything going on. Simple gonna get the kill on Phelps long range, but now because Edward is so low, if he even gets tagged once by this Tech 9, suddenly Simple will be alone, and Simple shows up instead for the kill on Fur. All on Fallen.
Can Fallen make it out onto the site in time, though? There it is. That's the shot, and he's not going to get it. Now the best case scenario, exactly. Get the bomb plant, guarantee the money. Well played on Fallen. Now this is still considered, like, air quotes, a win for Fallen. If he can get more out of it, though, that would be big. Not going to hit the shot. 3, 4, and nothing working for him. Simple will eventually hunt him down, and Simple had one hell of a round. 4 kills for Simple. And this will be a 7th round now for Navi, but look at how much damage they do. Even with a half by SK Gaming, they're keeping it so close. Now you know in the next round they're going to have so much money. They have enough for a full buy. No AWP for Fallen unless he wants to go glass cannon, but that would be a bit surprising on T side.
Yeah, don't see any need to. They've been so good at getting the better fights out in that A yard. They actually will go for it.
Why not?
But yeah, I think they might as well have just gone fast A. I feel like it's been working out brilliantly so far. 23rd round here. Navi trying their best to hang on, but you can tell that they've lost a lot of confidence from that first map here. They're not really feeling it on train at the moment. Oh, and SK, they're going to be quick down the ramp. Look at this. They're not even wasting any time. Flamey, he's going to be close line. They're just coming around the corner. He had no warning, no grenades to signify that there was going to be that kind of a push coming. And now, Fur going to get the bomb down in a 4-on-4. This is a brilliant move from SK. And the grenades out landing on Seized. It's going to be Fallen to finish him off with the AWP. 3 more kills. And it'll be 1 more semifinals for this legendary team. Guardian just a bit hesitant here. They're going to lose Edward as well. Simple and Guardian are left, and Simple gets a great headshot in, but I'm not sure it's in time. Oh, Guardian taking down Cold Zero 2. And Fallen going to smoke off just to buy the time. He knows that all the pressure now is going to be on Navi. He's got the angle. He's got the flick. He takes one down, and close range, one-on-one with the AWP. Fallen to get the kill, and that will be it. 16-7. SK make another semifinals here, this time at DreamHack Masters Las Vegas. Incredible play from them.
And what a feel-good moment for SK Gaming. The last Masters, they got upset. They were knocked out in the groups. Here, into the playoffs. Once again, a top 4 finish. And Navi, what a bitter pill to swallow. After your performance on Mirage, you can see the score, 25-22. You're still not able to make it happen on Train. You're still not able to get a top 4 finish here.
That probably was the, I mean, I think everyone saw that coming, that they needed to win Mirage, because Train was probably going to be a very good map for SK, and that's how it ended up. Tough day for Navi. But again, I think they played better than I was expecting, actually, in this quarterfinals. My fear was that it was going to be even more of a brutal beat-up, so maybe a hope for this team after all.
No, the SK, they just continue to impress with the stand-in. They make the semifinals at the major. Great. Still so dangerous. Here, now that they're a full roster, they've had some time to work together as well. They continue to show this winning mentality. Yeah. Teams would have cracked and on Mirage with that kind of scoreline.
Yeah, probably would have, right? And just the origin of that kind of mentality, we do have it on stage. With Smix, it's Fallen.
Thank you very much, Anders. Congratulations, Fallen, with this top 4 finish. This is your 10th semifinal in a row, and of course, the first with Phelps. So what are your initial thoughts?
Hello, everyone. It feels awesome to accomplish something like that. I think, as you said, 10 times in a row at semifinals is something to be proud of. And we're not satisfied yet. We need to win more trophies. We know we have the potential. We put enough hard work to accomplish it. So for us, we're going to try our best to win this tournament.
Now, the score for this was a 2-0, but of course that first map was so intense, such back and forth action. It went to triple overtime. So why do you think the map went as long as it did? And in the end, how was SK able to win?
We used to call this matchup as El Clásico, because when we play Navi, it's always like this. It's out half breaking. We have a lot of matches against in the past that went just like this. And those guys are just too good. They're just super good. They can adapt fast. They have a lot of strat books where they can use a lot of things to play. So it's very difficult to play against, and no matter the score, I'm probably beat them.
Well, I know that this event was the first test for Phelps, but there are other teams that are testing out new players, one of which is North, which is the team that you're going to be playing in the semifinal. They're looking really solid as well with the addition of AZ, so what do you think about that matchup?
Yeah, I think playing North is always very difficult. They're a good team as well. Both teams, as you said, have new players. It's up to who is more adapted and fastly, up to the practice and stuff like this. And let's see. It's going to be a good battle. We're going to try to study a little our opponents, try to figure out which maps they want to play, and we'll make sure that we're going to be ready for tomorrow.
Congratulations, Fallen. Amazing as always. And with that, SK will be our 4th team to move on to the semifinal.
Smix there with Fallen getting a good grip of exactly how confident Fallen is going into his semi-final.